Looks like it might be getting enough.
Hey Abdul, can you hear us?
Hopefully that's not too loud. Looks like it reset it.
I think that's about the usual volume it's at.
Yeah.
We're showing input on our side. Alright, awesome.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you for letting us know with that audio. Appreciate it.
You mean Abdul?
Or Abdul, sorry. I'm thinking audio because audio. Because we're handling the audio.
Thanks, audio, for not working.
I get confused when we have names that are like the same thing as things that we're working with. Alrighty.
Man, Stubby looks comfy.
Well, good to see you tonight, Abdul. How are you tonight? It's been a while since we had an amateur audio faux pas like that.
Yeah, that was bizarre. I don't know what that was about. It's been working.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What color background do you think would a blue Russian stand out?
So background for a blue Russian. Let's see. That's good to hear. Are you, by chance going back to, school anytime soon, or are you done with, classes? Yep, today we're doing a Russian blue kitty. This one is the one that Willow made a request for.
Stubby, what you doing? Oh, no. You can't sit in my lap right now, buddy. No. Oh, I'm sorry.
Russians are really cute cats.
Yeah, I love their cheeks. Oh my god. Hopefully coloring this in doesn't... Quit chewing on the camera. What's wrong with you?
Oh, so it's your final semester. Alright. I bet you're getting excited about that then.
Congratulations. Maybe I'll just do a fill. I'll probably be less computer breaking. Bam. Wait.
So we're gonna do an orange with the Russian blue on it?
Something like that, yeah. Since the drawing might be on the simple side, I was thinking about adding more details in the background. This... That's weird. I was doing the same thing with the koi and I could never figure that out. What? What? There we go. Goodbye. Oh, look at the computer keeping up today. Man. Usually when I make the brush that big, it gets a little unhappy. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna straighten up my kitty is turned quite to the side. I have to like wrench my head over to see it.
Oh, that would be my bad. Audio, hello! I saw that you beat Kingdom Hearts. You liked it?
There we go. I think that should work a little better. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, audio? Good to see you, man. Or lady, or bot.
Dude.
I guess dude is a pretty universal kind of term.
Yeah.
Is that a mountain range?
Maybe. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this yet. This needs to be darker. Yeah, that's what I like it.
Audio says there is a but at the but addendum added to the ending but. Yeah, I've actually been wondering about Apex. It's by Respawn Entertainment, and I like their work. They're a good group, so thinking about giving it a shot, especially since it's free. I haven't been able to get into any of the Battle Royale games so far, but it looks pretty cool. The different classes have a lot of different abilities that look pretty unique. And I think it has bots in it, from what I've been reading. So you don't have to do PvP. You can actually do player versus enemy if you want.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it does look promising, and it's by a good studio, so. Just letting Bree know.
Oh.
I like the Battle Royale genre idea. The whole mini players against... We bring the camera down just a little bit. The whole idea of a lot of different players against one another or in an environment that changes as the battle goes on, so they have to get more involved. You know, kind of forces movement and action. The only thing is that I don't think they've had the right hands to get on it yet. Like, I think it'll be a great genre once we get some real creative minds into it and do like some really cool themes. Like, Fortnite is great and all, but it's not really my kind of theme. I actually would love to see like a samurai or like feudal Japan sort of battle royale, and I think there's actually one on the way. I think there's one in development, but not so much guns and grenades and everything as like old school. Like, if you want guns, you could have like the old school muskets, you know, something that would be more of a have bows and swords be the primary forms of fighting, and maybe make guns like old school muskets or something, and you actually have to, you know, load the powder and everything, something that takes a long time to get ready, so it's kind of a last resort sort of weapon. Yeah, the same here, Audio. The way they advertise it doesn't look like a battle royale. Like, they made it focus a lot on the characters and their personalities more and their skills. So, but I've heard the PvE is in there. It's just the enemies are quite the bullet sponges. So that's the complaint people have about it so far. But other than that, I've seen pretty good stuff on it. Yeah, Abdul, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, more of a, you could do like a battle royale and be like you could do like, instead of the feudal Japanese one, like I was thinking, like you're talking about more medieval style, more like European style. You could do like glaives and axes and halberds, spears, daggers, sword and shield, big hammers, crossbows, longbows, that sort of thing. There is one coming out. I can't remember the name of it at the moment. But it's one that's almost based entirely on magic. But like, each of the different character classes have different magic styles. Like, one actually, the wind one uses, they have a lot of agility. They're able to fly around a lot, kind of like an airbender from Avatar. The fire ones they have unique fire spells that affect the environment, and all the spells actually affect the environment. Like, the ice folks can freeze water in areas, make it harder to travel on. Fire folk can like set parts of the level on fire and like cut off retreats, stuff like that. Wish I could remember the name of it though. Hey Rick, what's going on? Oh, you got your platinum in Monster Hunter?
Oh, dang.
Nice, congratulations. We haven't even gotten our platinums in it yet. I think Sash was closer than me, though, before she lost her data.
Yeah, I was missing the Hunter Rank 100 one. I was close to that one. And the crown ones. I'm trying to remember what else. I think I still need the guild card one. I just need to actually play online.
Oh, what's up, audio? I just know. Sorry, I was getting the chat up on my tab here so I could read it a little bit better. I just noticed you said my name. I've noticed that a few folks are getting the Kingdom Hearts Platinum trophy fairly quickly. Is it an easier one to get? It seems to be.
It seems like the hardest one would be to get to level 99. Or at least the most time consuming. The other stuff is like just collectibles. And beating the game.
This environment's looking quite nice. It's almost looking like an abstract environment. Maybe you have a future in environments.
No, I actually really hate doing the background.
Really?
Well, it's fine. It's not that it's not fun, but I've never been good at it.
Yeah, Abdul, the crowns can be really time consuming because it's all RNG, it's all luck based. Like you don't know what critter you're gonna be stuck in there with, unless it's a quest that guarantees one. We forgot to mention it. You did notice that if you need a Devil Joe small gold crown, he is available 100% of the time in the Greatest Jagras quest. That Devil Joe is 100% small crown.
Yeah, I just did that one earlier because that was one of the ones I was missing.
The Super Bowl, Rick? No. What were there any good commercials? We actually did not see any of those.
Yeah, we're definitely not on top of the sports.
I actually usually watch the Super Bowl just to make sure I see the commercials, but So there are two really hard ones, audio? Alright, well, as long as they got some challenge on them. Yeah, the Jagras is a gold crown all the way. And yes, audio, I play PC most of the time, if I can. Yeah, Abdul, it's a large gold Jagras. That dude is massive. It's funny when he stands right next to the Devil Joe, too, because he towers over him at times. Yeah, Abdul, that's a pretty quick way to do them, like we recommended. A lot of people are actually saying you are guaranteed worn and warped if you capture him, but if you do decide to beat him, definitely capture him. You get more decorations that way. I would recommend beating him at least once, because there is a ticket you can get to get you the layered armor.
Yeah, and you only have to beat him once to get enough tickets to get both the skull and the whatever the other one was.
Yeah, it's the skull layered armor and oh, my dry storage on memory is so horrible. But you do get 2 layered armors by beating him once, so he's not that bad to capture though. If you beat his stomach up, it's like such a huge weakness. Especially when he falls on his side. He takes like, I swear it's like triple damage. It's a ridiculous amount of damage.
Oops.
Yeah, Abdul, that's great to actually get to see Jagras get some revenge on him. And Yeah, audio, sure. If you got a spare game code, I guess you can DM it to me on Discord. What is it a game code for? I mean, I'm not going to complain since it's free anyway, but just out of curiosity. Oh, the camera's totally focused on his butt. Because that's what's right there. I wonder where Ragna is tonight. I hope everything's going okay with him. He's usually here right on time.
Maybe he's really into Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's probably digging into it hard.
That's where I would be.
Oh, Just Cause 4? Man, that's a really recent game. Heck yeah, audio. Thank you. I appreciate that. Did you actually, on the game code, was that like a bonus code you got with a graphics card? Are you building a computer by chance? That'd be cool. And Abdul, what I was hoping to see is, I was really hoping to see the Greatest Jaggerus actually eat the Devil Joe. I was so hoping to see that, but...
Yeah, that would have been fun.
I have seen people photoshopping him eating Devil Joe. Like, they take that one picture where it looks like he's eating, but the end of the Aptonoth's tail sticking out of its mouth. They take the Aptonoth's tail and just put a Devil Joe tail over it. Lovely memes. This looks like it would have been a really nice, like, Halloween background.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I think you mentioned you had a good friend in Square. Well, that's really cool of them. Well, I thank you, Audio, and next time you talk to him, let him know that nobody on YouTube thanks him too. We've got our Blue Russian music tonight, the Nier soundtrack. I was like, so what should we play for music tonight? And Sash was like, I don't care, make it Nier. Okay. You the boss, lady. I don't know why, it just won't pick you up, but you're just looking down, I guess. I mean, look down to draw, but...
I'll sit back more. There's just been stuff going on with Nier. It's got me pumped. I'm like, Nier music.
It seems like every game now has to have a Nier collaboration. It's like the obligatory collaboration game.
Huh.
Which is really awesome. I think almost every, not just Square Enix games, I think almost every mobile game now has had a Nier collab. I can't wait for the raid, though, for Final Fantasy XIV. It's gonna be sweet. I wonder what bosses they're gonna pit us against. Those leaves are pretty cool. What tool are you using that's like splotchy splotch?
My favorite little dots.
Does it get thicker as you put pressure on it?
No. And it doesn't, if you make the brush really big, it doesn't.
You could put a bunch at the base of the tree.
Yeah.
So where's the cat gonna go, I wonder?
Places. You
Places.
know.
Are we gonna do a bunch of Blue Russians, or are we gonna do a giant Blue Russian that dwarfs the tree?
He'll just be in the foreground.
Ah. Sash says she hates doing these backgrounds, but I think she's lying to us because she's putting a lot of effort into it.
It's kind of fun.
It looks fun. I think I'd probably mess with the backgrounds more than anything.
I don't know what color cloud should be. Oh, that
Oh.
looks crazy.
That looks like the end is coming. Post-apocalyptic world behind the
that's
kitty.
even worse. I
Have
kind of
our-
wanted to like put him in a black mage outfit or something. I thought that'd be cute, but
Well, you could do like you could do like the blue Russian, or Russian blue. My bad. You could do the Russian blue, like without anything like that first, and then add it afterward.
I could, yes.
Because Willow hasn't gotten here just yet to, say one way or the other what they want. So, but I think it's a safe bet to do the blue. Why do I keep saying the blue Russian like this is a white Russian or a black Russian, like a mudslide? He's a drink.
It's probably my bad because that's what I've been calling it.
So that looks cool. I like that. Nice fall background in February.
Fall's my favorite forever.
Fall probably suits a Russian blue.
I just was trying to think of nice contrasty colors. Oh.
Alright, audio. Have a good drive. Drive safe. We'll see you when you get back.
See you soon.
What is that? Like a... Oh, it's the sun?
It's the sun.
You're still gonna have eyes, right? He's gonna be peeking?
Sure.
He gonna be peeking? Peeking?
Sun is going to actually get to observe the whole drawing this time. And be like a part of it.
You could give it like happy eyes, like little half circles facing upward.
Isn't he wearing sunglasses though? I mean...
It kind of makes me think of that egg from the Japanese commercials. What's his name? The egg that's on everything. The happy egg?
Happy egg?
Yes. Tomago-san or something like that. Camera conspiracy? Sure, Abdul, we'll check them out. What are they about? Well, it could be a self-explanatory channel. What kind of conspiracies do they go over? Oh, if he's funny, then we're all on top of it. That's what we like the best on YouTube, is funny stuff.
Creeping.
I'm still wondering where you're gonna put this cat. Because if you put it too much in the foreground, your little bush is gonna die. It's gonna be behind him.
If I put the cat here?
Yeah.
See, let's play your magic.
But is it gonna
Where?
be big
The cat-
enough to kind of really see the cat? I mean,
what if the sun gets obscured? Because what if I draw the cat like here?
this is the cat. This is the rough sketch of the cat. This big orange circle here. Hey, Scott, what's going on? How you doing tonight? Yeah, we'll check him out, Abdul, because anything that's unique like that, maybe it'll inspire me to actually, put some effort into editing or something like that.
Yeah, one day we'll learn how to edit.
We're doing good, Scott. Oh, and if you guys are wondering, there is you can see we have 2 chats going tonight. The other chat over there in the right-hand lower corner is our Restream chat. I've been playing with it, so I'm trying to get it to work. It should work for Twitch and all the others. As soon as I get everything tuned and tweaked on the chat, I'll go ahead and get it back down to 1. I've just got it over there right now because I didn't want to miss anything on the actual YouTube chat since that's where you guys are at. But, yeah, it's over there just so I can make sure that it's working. What is that? It looks like it's like Gumby running across a field.
I'm just seeing how this looks if I... Oh, crap, my roots. Eh.
Oh, you're thinking like ground cover? That looks, yeah, that looks more like ground cover, I'd say.
Because I don't want to draw a whole bunch of plants. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, I mean, you already have a pretty simple background. If you just did like a squiggle, like a tornado kind of squiggle with loose lines, it'd probably look pretty good.
I'm not exactly sure I follow. Hold up.
I mean, it actually looks good the way you're doing it. You go ahead and, yeah, keep with that. That looks good.
Yeah. Oh, huh?
I was just gonna say, like, just something like, you know, it doesn't have to be completely colored in, but if you want it colored in, feel
I
free.
see what you mean.
Like, just more broad strokes.
I think I'm gonna do sort of more in the foreground. And
Man, this layer stuff on these tablets is pretty cool.
it saves my life.
You can be so lazy with it.
You know what? Make them smaller.
I think Stubby's dreaming his tail keeps coming up in the camera. Yeah,
That's
he
looking
is.
pretty cute.
His back leg is twitching. He's gonna end up kicking the camera.
Hope not.
Whoosh. You could put on that on the back hill, you could write with this, adopt a cat, in smaller grass.
That's an idea.
Decrease the grass. And just have it on that hill right back there. Or you could put it on as clouds in the sky. That looks nice. Yeah, you're gonna have to decrease the cat or the grass. Yeah, that looks good. Now you know. Now that'll help you zone exactly. You have this whole section here to put your Russian blue in. So yes, tonight we are doing an actual cat. Like, we're just gonna draw a cat. I think we're gonna draw it's a Russian blue for Willow, and I think we're gonna do the actual cat, like a basic, like normal cat at first, and then Sash wants to add some stuff to it after that.
I want to make him a black mage.
Can you do like a glowing color? Like maybe give the sun like a little halo back there?
I could.
It just seems a little bit, now that you've added so much detail into the front, it seems like it's just a little bit simple? Flat. Like matte looking. It looked like radiated moss or something.
Should have done. Oh, that's cute.
Maybe you could like design Valentine's Day cards or something. That's what we should do for Valentine's Day stream. We could design a Kitty Bit Games Valentine's Day card. Eh?
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that? And then if you want, you can print it up and give it to somebody. Or burn it.
Or burn it. Yes. Burn it, please.
You could have a Valentine's Day burning. Nothing brings couples together like sitting around a fire. Adopt a cat is gone.
Oh, you're right.
It blends right in now. You can kind of see it. There you go.
It's a little too crazy. What is even going on?
Adopt a cat. As spoken by Moss. Brown cover Moss.
Yes, the mouse compels you. It's sort of hard to read. Just a little bit smaller.
Ah, here's that good Russian blue drawn music. Giving the tree some highlights from the sun. Depending how this one goes, maybe we'll make it into a bit of a series, Abdul. Maybe we could do a bunch of different cats of different breeds.
That could be fun. Can't go wrong with kitties. Okay, let's actually do some cat.
There's a lot of breeds of cats, though, but I definitely have some ideas for ones that would be good. You gotta do a tuxedo. Tuxedos are like meant to be drawn.
Alright, now we gotta actually look at some references. Oh, you want to actually have one cat from each breed?
Oh. Well, that's definitely a nice, ambitious wish on your part, Abdul. It's a good one, though. I wish we could... We would love to have different breeds, but since we rescued a whole litter, we ended up with very prominently tabby cats. I think 5 of our 7 are tabs.
And we can't even tell them apart on occasion. Like Stubby and his twin Axel. They have the same sort of like marbly pattern on them. Big circles and stuff. I sort of like this pose, it's cute.
Maybe that's something we could do. Mix our Valentine's Day and 1,000 sub video together. Make a Valentine's Day card from us to you guys. Because we love you. Yeah, he was just boxing the camera. One sec.
They'll be friendlies. Uh-oh. I'm not using a good brush for this. I think Axel is jealous of her blanket.
Axel and Portia were trying to argue over on the chair, so...
Oh no, I'm putting the cat right in front of the sun.
Yeah. That is right in front of the sun.
It's gonna be over here. Or... Yeah, I guess it has to be.
Put it under the tree, but pretty big.
Yeah. Put it over here.
Oh, but as I was saying, Portia and Axel were over there arguing on the chair, so went over and there's a blanket there. And I just took Portia, scooted her over just a little, and put the blanket all the way around her, so there's like a wall around her. Because she's the one that likes to have she needs her personal space or she gets antsy. So I gave her like her own little nest to hang out in.
Oh, I didn't see you do that. I thought you just wanted to be in her blanket.
No, the blanket was off to the side. I went and made a little nest around Porsche. You know, give her kind of a safe zone.
Blanket buffer.
Blanket buffers.
Blanket buffer. Why is this tree in front of the cat?
So you gonna give him real fluffy cheeks?
Likely. I love the kind of round quality to Blue Russian ears.
Do any of you guys watch Aaron's cat? He's the guy who has a blue Russian that makes the really expressive faces that looks like it's almost like judging you, like a doubtful face. He's done a whole lot of skits. You've probably seen him on like Facebook or something. He's done skits where he like leaves the house and his cat has a party. He's one of the cats that you see in like GIFs and memes where the cat's slapped in the keyboard really fast typing stuff. That's another of Aaron's cats. I like his skits. They're really funny. So Abdul, if you had just one choice for a cat, and you could adopt or rescue anyone that you want, what breed do you think you'd definitely want to bring home?
I'm gonna hide this background because I can't see what I'm doing.
Yeah, I imagine hiding it would help out because seemed like it'd be a little bit tough to figure him out without it.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure to place him so that he wasn't in front of anything important.
Hardest question. What about your top 3 breeds? I've always wanted my own Maine Coon, but I've never gotten around to finding one as far as a rescue.
We went to a Maine Coon rescue here, but we ended up actually with a Persian instead. She was real sweet.
Oh, right, you do have your Scottish, don't you? Lucky.
Oh man, they're cute.
Yeah, they're really cute. I think all the fold breeds are just adorable. Well, all breeds are awesome, but I find myself particularly drawn to the fold. Folds, I really like Maine Coons because I like big cats. Milo is probably like my second shadow. He's always around me. Yeah, ragdolls are really cute too. I like hairless cats. They're really, really cute.
And they're so cuddly because they're cold all the time. It's so cute. It's kind of looking like a palico or something.
I was thinking it looked like the tail raiders from Monster Hunter World. Probably the fluff on the chest is why.
Yeah, which I may get rid of. That was just sort of, I guess, so I knew where the sternum was supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't think most blues have much in the way of fur on the chest. At least not that would be like distinguishable from the rest of it. His pose almost is to say that he knows kung fu.
Maybe he does. Wait, no, he's a black mage. He doesn't know kung fu. What are you talking about?
He's a monk. Wow, that's gonna be a real fluffy tail, huh?
As it should be.
Whoa, look at that. He's got like a Toby Kadachi tail.
Yeah.
Maybe make that bottom go out the way you're wanting it, and then redo the top line?
Maybe.
Oh, that looks good. Never mind. Never mind. I think that tail's gonna take your plant out.
Oh, no. Wait, no. The plant's in the foreground. See? It's fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
It defies all odds.
You know what's funny about this, though, guys? So...
He's boxing the camera.
So, that plant is in the foreground. Oh, look at that.
He's only just barely in front of the sun. That's a funny layer.
He looks like a donut now, not a sun.
He looks so happy.
Hey, no problem, Scott. Yeah, we're just getting to the cat now. It was mostly background up till now, anyway.
Yeah, I've spent a little more time than I meant to in the background.
So the plant is in the foreground, which is smaller than the tree. But the cat's supposed to be in the foreground. The cat is behind the small foreground plant, which gives you the hint that the cat is actually as tall as the tree is.
Maybe he is. Maybe... Yeah, maybe. Oh!
So he pulled the camera into his fur. He's like, you guys want a close-up of my belly?
You don't want a hug?
This one's for Mercy. Oh, look how knocked out he is. Look at that.
Maybe I could put this on his belly.
Really? He's letting you put it on him? Oh, there we go. I was going to say, he is really knocked out if he's just going to let you put the camera there. What are you doing, guys? I'm taking a nap here. What you doing?
Okay. View from the belly. He's gonna knock it right over into my lap, right into my face.
Nah, you should put that on the side. He is gonna knock that over. It was cute over there. So I could see his face.
Okay.
Oh, you're still having trouble with your keyboard, Scott?
Oh, man.
Whenever my electronics don't want to work, I just slap them around a little bit. It either works or it makes sure that I know that I need to get something new.
It makes it so there's absolutely no question, because now it's thoroughly broken.
It's rare that they thoroughly break, though.
So if it's not thoroughly broken and there's question, you just break it, or maybe it fixes itself.
Yes.
Okay, is the sun still safe? Whoa. Yeah, sun's good. And then his black mage staff is gonna be here.
So we have a cat now that went from being a basic normal Russian blue to a 13-foot tall.
13
it is as tall as the tree. This is like a 13-foot tall tail rider from Monster Hunter.
Hey, when you don't give me details, sky's the limit.
Man,
Blue Russian, you got a blue Russian.
You don't even need a hunter to go after most creatures. If you have a palico like this, wow, what is that? What are
It's a monster.
That is a monster.
Oh, jeez. Okay. It definitely needs a face like that, though. Cat-like and stuff, you know.
Abdul's top 3 would be Scottish, Bengal, and Ragdoll. Those are all really good
Man.
choices.
Yeah. I've heard Bengals can have some, like, behavior issues, but if you get one of those cat treadmills, you're probably golden.
Bengals are so pretty to look at. Like, they're so sleek and long. Like, they're like the epitome of what I would think the cats that were worshipped in Egypt would be like. Would be Bengal cats. I could see them with the headdresses and because the eyes are already like the pretty Egyptian eye with the curl on the side.
Weren't those kind of more like the hairless cats almost?
Yeah, I
like
think
the Egyptian
so.
Mao or whatever.
Oh, 1 second. Scott, I just noticed that you had something on there. Oh, I'll just do it on here.
I don't know if I should give him like just comically large eyes.
Oh, on Ark, Survival Evolved? Oh, don't worry about that, Scott. When I was into it, I played nothing else for it was like 3 weeks straight. Was just playing the crap out of it. As long as you had fun, though, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, that's what video games are for, right? Just have a blast with them. Doesn't matter what you're playing. Like me, I've been playing older stuff lately. Older stuff, I've been bouncing between older games. Oh, we've got Emil's music here. But yeah, I've been bouncing between older games, the Resident Evil remake, and well, farming a whole lot in Monster Hunter. Hey, welcome back, audio. Not too much. Sash finished up the background, and now we went from Russian blue to 13-foot tall tail rider from Monster Hunter.
You know.
Marco Winter.
Happen.
I don't know if you're in the chat at all, but thank you for the sub. That's really cool.
Oh, thank you.
I was able to read the name on it, not because of what came across the screen, but because of the overlay. See, now Marco Winter is the new follower up there. It updated like instantly. I love technology when it works. Oh, okay. Cool audio. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. I really like the Just Cause series. I've played most of them up till now. They're so destructive and fun. I love throwing the rockets, the ones that stick to stuff, the sticky rockets onto things, and then tying up other stuff to said things, and then blowing them up, watching them fly away, stuff like that. Chaining a bunch of cars behind an airplane and flying off with it. Or riding a plane and trying to hook another plane to it while they're in midair. So Emil actually has a full blown out song. I was actually thinking it was a loop.
Can it focus on the beans that close?
So yeah, there's some beans for you guys. This is the bean cam. Cat bean cam. And Stubby is out cold. Like, you should see his pose right now. Well,
Aerial camera.
he's got like spider death pose going. He's got all of his legs up in the air like a spider that just died. He went belly up.
Trying to get the camera underneath him again.
Good luck getting all of them into the cam. We need a fisheye cam or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to want to zoom in right there though, or focus.
Is it blurred?
There we go. I think it's because he's so fuzzy. The camera doesn't know what to do with all the fur. I think maybe a little bit lower on the face.
He's gotta have a chin though.
Yeah, they always throw those Emil endings in. Emil is such a powerful being in the Nier universe. It's unfortunate that a lot of folks... I go and check on forums and such, and most people have no idea what happened in the first Nier game or in the Drakengard series. So they have no idea, like, that Emil is actually a really major component of the universe. He's not, like... Most people seem to think that he's kind of like a joke or a funny character thrown in for the hell of it. But he's actually, like, the backbone of kind of the universe. I think that's what Yoko Taro was going for, though, is to kind of take away the importance of how he appears. Hey, JKS, how's it going?
Ew.
Yeah, we were talking in the comments the other day. How are you? It's good to see you. Welcome to the stream. If you're curious, this is a viewer request for a blue, a Russian blue kitty, and yeah, it's kind of turning more into a tail rider from Monster Hunter, but that's cool too.
Yes, if you want to make a request and you don't want this kind of thing to happen to it, be very specific.
Yeah, we're happy to have you, JKS.
There's no telling what might happen.
He's getting a pretty
Oh, he looks really evil.
mischievous, not evil. Cats aren't evil, they're mischievous. He's getting that, like, he's gonna get into trouble if you don't pet him right now sort of look.
That's what I'm going for, because he's gonna be a black mage.
Oh, and audio, yeah, I did. I'm trying to remember it exactly, though, because I saw it, like, right after Nier came out, because I went and dug up all the endings. I had to go back and do a lot of separate research, though, because I let them have my data the first time around, or the third. It was the third ending. In ending D, I let them have my data, and then I kind of regretted it after the fact, because I hadn't done everything just yet.
In the moment.
Yeah, I was caught up in the heat of the credits. And JKS, we're glad to have you, especially if you love cats. That's the kind of folks we're looking for.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, Scott. So, if you are curious, J Chaos, since this is I think this is your first stream with us, the kitty over on the left, well, he's to the right. Yes. On the cat cam over there is Stubby. He is one of our 7 rescues that we have currently. And he's having a good old nap. Well, I think he's having a good old nap. He's been rolling all over the place. I don't know. He seems a little bit restless. Maybe he's not sure about having Emil be his lullaby. But who couldn't get a good nap to Emil's songs? Alrighty, JKS. Appreciate you dropping in. So, I mean, if you feel... Oh, if you want to do a request, we actually are taking requests at the moment. So if you want something drawn, feel free to hit us up on here or on Discord. We have a small digital family over in the Discord. And we do have an art request section on it. As far as how our streams typically go, usually we're either drawing something on Tuesdays. If we stream any of the other days, we're usually playing something. And yeah, we try to be as inclusive with you guys as possible. Oh, I'm glad you like the cats. This is a face rig if you're not familiar with the software. We're rather shy folks, and we were trying to figure... We wanted to do some stuff on YouTube and kind of branch out socially. So, but we didn't want to show our face, so we're like, how do we get around this? And this software was awesome enough to help us out. Yep, we are almost there, aren't we, Scott? It's been a long road, but we're coming up on 1,000. Yeah, JKS, we actually, with the face rig, even if we weren't as shy as we are, I think we probably still use it because we honestly think it's a little more interesting than just showing our faces. Because, I don't know, it seems like everyone does that, so... And
well, everyone does have a face.
Well, they have faces, but I'm saying a lot of the folks who like to stream do really interesting stuff, like they wear costumes, or they have some kind of a theme, they really get into it, so... Yeah, our face. Yeah, it's not like our channel. Our channel is not without our faces. They're out there. They're in some of the blog videos we did. I don't know. It's kind of like Carmen Sandiego and Where's Waldo. we're out there. You just gotta kind of look for it.
I don't know if your face is just like in anything, but I know mine is.
I'm pretty sure mine is. Like almost all the unboxings, I'd be willing to bet if you're looking for my face in like reflections and such.
Yeah, you can find it in reflections. I think that's the only capacity your face is in it, though.
Do you really need much else other than a reflection, though? I mean, it's like boom, ha, gotcha, Roy. Sure. 1 second, JC. Let me... 1 sec. I'm going to throw a link in there real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
There we go. It's in the chat for you there. Like I said, there is a, if you have any art of your own, JC, there is an art section. Feel free to throw your own art in there. Maybe even art of other channels you like, anything like that.
Yeah, I love to see anything people have done or just stuff you like.
There's also a pet pics channel there. If you have any picture of your pets, cats, anything, dogs, lemurs, femurs, ferrets. Yes, those. Not leg bones. Ferrets. Little squirrely burritos. Anything, really. You can,
That was the best description.
Well, what? Squirrely burritos?
Squirrely burritos. That's perfect.
A ferret is like if you took like a burrito and gave it the soul of a weasel, you'd kind of have a ferret. We love ferrets. We've had a couple of them over the years. Let's see what other channels. Oh, I can't remember the Discord.
Requests if you want something drawn.
Yeah, if you want something drawn by us, feel free to throw it in the requests.
Hey, come back.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, and there's like a section for like memes and stuff, just so it doesn't clutter up the regular chat, the main conversation area.
Yeah, JC, there's lots of videos that have the cats. Mostly it's our how-to videos, our video game videos, and the streams. We don't throw them into our unboxings because we do the unboxings with separate 3D cameras, separate cameras, like phone camera, GoPro, and imposing the cats into that is a lot more difficult. However, I have heard that there is a face rig mobile app that I need to try out. We just haven't gotten around to doing it yet.
Yeah, if we could figure that out how that works, and if it works the way we think it does, maybe we could do vlogs or something.
Wait, audio, is critical mode not in the base game? Is proud as high as it goes?
You gotta beat it and then you unlock critical. We're talking about Kingdom Hearts, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, but audio's got the platinum and was talking about we need critical mode and wardrobe mode in Kingdom Hearts 3 as DLC.
Oh, so critical's not in it at all?
I guess not.
What?
And oh, JC, we have 7 cats currently. 7 rescues.
Oh. What happened, Stubby?
He had a dream and woke him up. Oh, you burned yourself making ramen, Scott? Are you all right?
Oh, man.
Don't worry, no one's gonna judge you. I think we've all been there. I know I have.
Yeah, you can burn yourself cooking anything.
I've burnt my hands. I've burnt my lap with ramen so many times. Like I'll go to sit down to eat it, and I'll be in shorts or something, and I like to flop down whenever I sit. So I'll go boom, and then
Spill all over you.
ramen tends, you know, if you have liquid in a cup and you have that downward impact, you know, it kind of geysers out. Yeah, I think I've burnt just about everything on me with ramen soup juice. Hey, JC, these kitties like any attention they can get, so I'm sure they would love that. Yeah, audio says there's no wardrobe or critical mode.
Yeah, they had it in like the fragmentary passage or whatever, and so I was sure they were gonna have something like that in Kingdom Hearts 3, but nope.
Huh. Maybe that's why there's so many complaints on social media about it having next to no difficulty to it.
Oh yeah, if there's no critical mode and proud mode is like a joke. I haven't died yet.
Ooh, a cookie sheet? That sounds pretty painful, Scott.
Oof. I mean, one time I was making steaks in an iron pan, and I did a dumb and tried to take it out of the oven after it had been in there for a while with my bare hand. I don't recommend it.
I bet that hurt like a bear.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone's got some good stories when they accidentally burn themselves. That's like one of those things in life. You just... unless you're just the most well-coordinated human being, you're gonna end up doing it. Here. What am I doing?
Whatever you want. I'll be back in just a sec.
He's a Russian blue, so he doesn't really have any kind of... She gave me the pen, and I'm not sure what to do with it. Just bear with me, guys. We're gonna give him some furry knees. Actually, what is it that... Cats don't really have knees. Or they have double knees. They have knees in here, in the front, and then these knees in the back. Yeah, those back there. I don't know how to get up to his ears. Let's just make him a little more fluffy overall.
I'm gonna turn on the AC.
Yeah, it is a little bit warm in here.
I gave him fluffy bits.
Fluffy bits. You can take them away if you want. Just hit that undo button.
No, I like them.
Yeah, the Pirates of the Caribbean world look like it'd be fun. I want to see the Big Hero 6 world.
Oh yeah, man, I can't wait.
Yeah, JC, we've had a few instances like that. Barn cats, which is where we got these guys. Barn cats are really similar to that.
Yeah, they seem to be on opposite ends of the spectrum. Sometimes they're super, super friendly, and sometimes they won't let people near them.
Aw, that's a shame. Sorry to hear that they sold them off like that, JC. I hope they got good homes out of it. I mean, the one good thing about... If someone actually... We don't really advocate... we advocate adoption, don't shop. Adopt, don't shop. Because we don't like puppy or kitten mills. They can be really cruel to animals. But the good thing is when folks actually pay money, especially if it's a decent amount of money for an animal, you can pretty much rest assured they're going to be well cared for, because there is that it's that monetary investment in the beginning that it does show that they care enough to pay that much. So I mean, you can at least rest assured in the fact that they're out there with good homes, which is a really good thing. But I know what it's like to lose animals you've been raising and working with for a while. That takes a lot of effort, and the fact that you researched it showed that you really cared. So you definitely did right by them, and they got good homes out of it. So
Yeah, I think they're lucky they ran into you.
Yeah, they're definitely lucky they ran into you, because I mean, there's so many people that don't care. Like there's some that would see, you know, strays like that and just ignore them, even if they're on the brink of death or if they're sick. You actually helped them out, so you kept them going and helped them get a better temperament, most likely too, so they would be more...
To be adoptable.
Yes, to be more adoptable. Well, if they gave them to people, if they were people who came into the store, that's also a good thing, because if people wanted to take them from you out of the store, then I mean they've got some kind of little connection to the store, so maybe you could always, if they're people that are return customers, maybe you could ask about them, see how they're doing. But yeah, we know all too well what it's like to work with some animals and then have them, even when they're adopted away or fostered out the way it's supposed to, when you're following a process. The foster process is generally either you or someone else will rescue an animal, and then you offer your home as a foster, bring them in temporarily, and from the get-go it's temporary, and you're going to have to let them go at some point so they can go have a home. You don't have to every time, but generally that's what you do, is your home is a place for them to get used to. Your presence is there so they can adapt to humans and get used to being cared for, because if they're wild or been stray, they're feral, they're not used to being cared for, and cats are very independent. They don't want to be cared for if they haven't been raised that way. So you bring them in, you raise them up, get them to where, I guess, butter them up kind of is what you're doing. Yeah. You're making them softer, more adaptable, and that way when they can when it's time for them to have a home, there's not quite so many behavior issues, and that way that whoever takes them home wants to keep them in their care. So
yeah, because you get a lot of cats that get adopted from shelters and end up getting returned for one reason or another. Dogs too, any animal really. That's
really cool, JC. You've got what it takes to be a really good have you considered being a volunteer? I don't know if you have the time. I know a lot of folks, you've got work and everything, a lot of things taking your schedule multiple ways, but if you ever find yourself with some spare time, but if you can't, we always recommend this in all of our videos too, if you can't bring them home, or if you can't have them yourself, if you want to spend time with animals, definitely call a local animal shelter or charity organization for animals, a nonprofit, and see if they need any help with volunteers. You could always go in, and
you might be able to work there too, depending.
Yeah, a lot of volunteers actually do go on to getting a job at the organization. The great thing about that is you actually do get to meet and know a lot of different animals too, because shelters and charities, nonprofits, they interact with a lot of animals at a very brisk pace. So while the faces and names of the animals will come and go really fast, you do get to meet a lot of different ones. It's really cool. Man, yeah, I'm really sad to hear that, JC. If you took care of him that long, you deserve to get to take whichever one home you wanted, I would think. But yeah, go see about adopting or acting as a volunteer, and yeah, you could really make out like a bandit as far as the attention and the amount of time you get with them.
And if you are looking into a cat, it could be a good way to find a new buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and please do post it on the Discord.
I love that. Yeah, we want all the pet pics on Discord.
I'm trying to start coloring this little dude, but
the one thing I will let you know ahead of time as a disclaimer for when you're a volunteer. If it's at a shelter, a rescue shelter, just be warned that sometimes, depending on where you're at, you could see some pretty rough cases come in. Like they could find, like a feral litter of kittens that's been, in really rough shape. Like our guys, when we first got them, there were 5 of them in all, and they were all in bad shape. Well, actually, there were 6. Unfortunately, there was one that we just couldn't bring back from the brink, but...
Yeah, when we first got him, we took him to the vet, all of them, the first day, and they told us he had about a 50-50 chance, so...
Yeah, I mean, we put our all into doing everything we could, but unfortunately, some cases, you can't no matter what you do, it doesn't seem like you can get them much anywhere. But the other 5, though, they were all in really bad shape. Like Stubby here on the camera, Stubby had, he had like stomach worms.
He had an eye infection. They all had fleas really bad. That was the hardest part because you can't treat them when they're really young. There's no like chemical treatment that's going to get rid of them. The best thing you can do is give them baths.
Yeah, we were giving them baths and like rosemary and lavender. Lavender, by the way, this is a tip for any of you guys who might have cats at home with flea issues. If you're wanting a non-chemical way of treating them, lavender is the natural bane of fleas.
But don't use like lavender oil or anything. It can be toxic to them. We just had dried lavender from the grocery store and we put it in their bedding. So don't put it directly on them. And they don't really like the smell of it, but it'll help them from multiplying in their bedding at least. And it doesn't get rid of them. If they're old enough, definitely use a flea treatment. Don't use lavender as an alternative.
Yeah. Alright, JC, we'll be sure to take a look at that later on. And because, yeah, we love videos like that. We've actually got a bunch of videos, like throwback videos of these guys when they were super young, like hardly able to walk. Yeah, I keep trying to convince, she has them all on her phone. I keep trying to convince her that she needs to put them on Twitter as Throwback Thursday stuff.
Oh man, I like this song.
Scott, I'm trying to decipher. I know your keys on your keyboard are out. I'm just trying to... You woke up your teacher? Like...
They were sleeping?
Yeah, your teacher was sleeping? Is that what was happening? It looks like he's got paint just going all down his face.
Maybe he does. Man, I like cats because like their eyes are like solid color. You don't have to do the whites. The whites always look weird to me.
Walking, okay, walking, gotcha. Oh yeah, JC. Scott's got a couple keys on his keyboard that have been out for the past couple weeks. If you are... Abdul, if you are looking to get some crowns, the best ones are going to be the ones that we always say are for research. Effluvial opera.
I've done those a bunch, and you get one crown or another almost every run. The
ones where you actually go in, they're at the end of the list on pages, I think, 4 and 5 in the events. They're the ones that are all in an order, and in each one you go and fight all the monsters that are native to those areas. Like Effluvial Opera is the one for the...
the nasty area with all the bones and
the
stuff.
Veil.
Yeah.
That's the one for the Veil.
And there's like
Wildspire Bolero, I think.
Yeah, it's all like music.
Yeah, it's all music names. Those are the ones you want for crowns. They have the best chances. Yeah, Coral Waltz for the Coral Highlands. Those are the ones that have the best chance of giving you crowns. I'm trying to think. I think there's actually one for...
There's one for the recess, too.
Yeah, there is one for recess. I'm trying to think. I think there's one for the elders. I just can't remember them at the moment. Alright, Scott. You're not bothering anyone or anything.
No.
But if you gotta head out, then feel free. We'll see you later, bro.
I thought it was smart using the zeros. I guess he's been getting used to having to do that.
I think Leet Speak actually originated from problems with keyboards.
I would not doubt it.
The big ones that are going away soon, Abdul, would be the greatest Jagras. Like I said, just try to capture it once. It's not too bad to capture it. That'll get you the layered armor.
Yeah, all you gotta do is one time we'll get you 2 tickets. I believe. I mean, that's how it went for me. Oh, something smell good?
Alright, we'll be sure to check on them a little bit later, JC. Thanks for posting them. We like any kind of traffic we can get over in Pet Pics.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, go ahead and make that delivery. Get you the skull layered armor and...
I think the Kulu mask? Kuli mask?
Yeah, I think it's the Kulu mask. Yeah, because you got the faux ticket 3, or faux ticket 3, I believe, is what you need for those. I have so much Monster Hunter World information in my head that I get it mixed up now. Like, we've done so many videos that I get them all mixed up. It's so bad.
Has anyone played the older Monster Hunters? I have a theory that the Great Jagras event is the Jagras skin on a Demetrios. He sounds like him, and his moveset looks like him, and he rolls a lot.
For those not familiar with Demetrios, he's a big chongus of an enemy that came around in generations.
He's a shark. He's all sleek looking. He hangs out in the ice areas.
Yeah, think Great Jagras, but if Great Jagras were a shark instead of an iguana. Yeah, JC, I think the reason they're doing Lavasioth finally is because I'm pretty sure he's the most neglected monster in the whole game.
Yeah, there's like not really any good gear or weapons, at least not hunting horns.
His gear is
his stuff.
decent, but it doesn't really stand out. Like, it doesn't have any crazy combos or stats.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gone after him specifically for his parts, for anything.
But yeah, I don't know if I would want a huge Lavasioth, though. Because he's already pretty difficult to fight and avoid as he is.
And he's already really big, too. Oh, don't knock the camera down. Purr. No, you can't sit in my lap. I'm sorry. It's occupied.
He's like, what's that tablet got that I don't? You've drawn another cat in your lap. This isn't fair. Oh man, audio. If they throw the deviants into world, can you imagine? I think deviants would really show people what the series has got as far as difficulty.
Everyone might quit.
Everyone will quit.
This just looks weird. I'm just gonna do a flat color. There we go.
Well, audio's definitely played other Monster Hunters because deviants.
Yeah.
JC says they played the PSP versions of Monster Hunter. Moved to console, stopped playing the series to do other games. Monster Hunter World was the first console one on Xbox One. Pre-ordered, and the rest was history.
I really like the one that was on the Wii U. I played that one a lot. I thought it was really nice looking.
I'm pretty certain what they're using the Great Jagras, because Sasha and I both have this theory that they're using the Greatest Jagras quest to test new skeletons, because he acts a little bit different, and he
sounds different.
He's pretty much exactly like a Demetrios outside of... He doesn't quite deflate like a Demetrios has the ability to let out all of its air in one go. But pretty close to Demetrios. And with Iceborne coming, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Demetrios.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty funny if they brought a few choice monsters to Iceborne. Because we know Narga's coming, but anyone who's also played the old Monster Hunters knows that Narga isn't much of a threat.
Oh, but he's got the same skeleton as Tigrex.
Kinda. It's like a hybrid between... I'd say Narga's a hybrid between Tigrex and...
Barioth?
Well, Narga came around before Barioth.
Yeah, he's way old.
Because Narga was the Freedom Unite flagship monster.
I'm trying to think who else has that skeleton.
Yeah, I really like Narga Kuga, but I think it's because, like, I'm sure you guys have all fought Narga the same as us. Once you fight Narga, like, a lot, you get used to Narga. They're going to have to give Narga some new moves.
I'm still trying to get in the lap, buddy.
Monkey business. Now, Lucent Narga Kuga would be cool. Lucent was actually pretty challenging. Stubby's insisting on being a lap kitty for the moment, so one sec.
He's just half in the lap, half still. I mean, here's his tail.
We will turn that back on as soon as we have a cat over there.
Stubby's like just out of the range of it. I guess I could put the camera in my lap.
I think Lagiacrus would be cool. Maybe if they did an ice version of Lagiacrus. Because I think Lagiacrus would definitely lend himself well to ice. I kind of wish they'd bring back the...
Ignactor?
Yeah. My favorite monster in the whole series is Ignactor. But I think it'd be cool if they brought back the underwater combat again.
I like the underwater combat.
I liked it too.
At first it was a pain, but once you get used to it, I actually really started enjoying it.
What's going on, Peace? How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
We're just drawing cats over here. But yeah, I think I'd like to see the underwater combat come back to Monster Hunter. There's quite a few monsters that were mostly in the underwater areas that I liked fighting.
I liked Goble was kind of fun. And spongy guy. What was he called?
Royal Ludroth?
Yeah, Ludroth.
Goble, yeah, Goble was pretty fun. There's a big old pin cushion. I really liked using Spear underwater, though. Spear was, like, crazy underwater. Oh, so you must not have been a big fan of, like, Lao Shan Lung or Shen Gao Ren, JC? I'd say a good glass cannon big boss fight was Yama Tsukami. And Amaterasu was pretty powerful, but didn't take too long to beat. Because, let's see. In this one, it's Zora Magdaros is the big timed fight. And Zora's fun to look at, but Zora's a little too easy, if you ask me. They made Zora, like, really, really easy to beat, as far as siege monsters are concerned. But I think a lot of that has to do with them. They were exploring how like they wanted to use Zora Magdaros as a battlefield at the same time as being a monster.
Yeah, which is sort of new.
Yeah, I mean, you got to climb Jen Moran, but
a little bit.
But Jen Moran was really static. Jen was just in and out of the sand. You know, you break her 2 back pieces and you break the tusks, and then that was it. Whereas Zora's a lot more dynamic, you know, actually moving and the battlefield changes, and then having another Elder Dragon appear on his back. It's pretty interesting, but I think in the long run they lost sight of making the monster actually difficult. He was more like, kind of more like a puzzle. You had to figure out all the places to go and break the magma stuff. Ah, JC, you like evade. You're a fellow evader, huh? I'm big on evade window and evade extender. Even when I use gun lance, I like them. Yeah, heavy artillery really turns Zora into a trivial fight. Because they give you so many cannons, especially at the very end of it. You've got the 3, I think it's 3 main siege cannons on top. You've got the ballista, but then if you have someone go down to the boat, they can almost spam cannons because there's 3 cannons in a row with 2 NPCs running 2 of them. And then you've got the Dragonator all down there at once. So it's just like, I don't know. Zora doesn't stand much of a chance. Where's my Dragonator? Oh, do you guys watch NCH Productions? They do all they do the best animations for Monster Hunter.
Yeah, their stuff is hilarious.
Currently, we are talking about Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter World specifically, but also like, you know, what we'd like to see in Iceborne, I think is kind of what we're going toward. I can't remember, can one of you guys refresh my memory? What was the oil monster? Oil? No, not Osmandius. That's the Watchman. The oil monster from Monster Hunter, the last major one from Generations.
What?
He had the Dragonator in his back. The big one that's like made out of oil and blows fire.
Oh, what was he called?
Ostapopalopoulos. I can't remember his name.
I can't either. Oh, what was he called? Stubby, you remember? I don't think Stubby played that one.
I've heard of Vindictus. I've heard of folks talking a lot of good stuff about it. I've never tried it though. Peace. It sounds like you're like us. We spend a lot of time making our characters. Character creation, I'd say every time I start a new game, like it's almost guaranteed my first night actually playing it, it's gonna be next to no actual playtime. It's gonna be all spent in character creation.
Yep.
And JC, I remember on the old Monster Hunter games, we used to like doing that, going with no armor against like a Cantor or Ukanlos, and taking lower weapons or ice weapons, fire weapons that would actually lower our damage. It'd be a long fight, but we'd get through it just to show that we could. Yeah, the cat. Yeah, that was the same with us. We get through the cat. We knew that the cat customization was going to be in it from when we played the beta, But even in the beta, it was like, oh, you guys have 5 days to play the beta. Well, the first day just went to making our character and our palico, so...
Did they have a full... I thought they just gave you, like, a couple options. You could pick some pre-made faces. One that looked like the Guildie, and some pretty basic-looking palicos. One kind of evil-looking one, and one that kind of looked like a Russian blue.
Yeah, they had a lot of choices. I wish they would add... I'm really hoping they add some more choices with the character customization with Iceborne. Yeah, Audio, I remember that one, the Pickle versus Old Pickle. That stuff was hilarious. I'm glad NCH is actually starting to really pick up as far as their popularity. Monster Hunter World and Undertale really boosted them. For the longest time, NCH was like... They had a pretty good following, but it seemed like they really got stuck at like right around 150,000 subs. They were there for the longest. They hit 150 really fast because I've subbed to them since I think it's like 2008, something like that. And it was right around when they opened the channel up. But yeah, they hit 150 pretty quick, and then it just kind of leveled off. But then when Monster Hunter World came out, them and Gaijin Hunter had a huge surge. I really like Gaijin Hunter. He's a really chill, very well-spoken dude. I like him. His videos are all really good. Yeah, Monster Hunter World did a lot for those folks, which is really cool. Actually, Gaijin Hunter is one of the channels that made me want to do a channel, because he doesn't do a lot of crazy editing. He doesn't do a lot of flashy stuff, but he's actually really, because he's well spoken and he knows what he's talking about, he's really good just to watch. Yeah, that's it, Audio. Yeah, Gogmazog or Gogmazi, Gosmag.
Gogsman.
Gogobot Dragon.
Gogmandios? What?
Yeah. Gogmazios.
Maglos?
Yeah, Gogmazios.
I can't. Gog. Just call him Gog.
Yeah, I've seen some people doing. We're subscribed to pretty much all the other Monster Hunter channels. And Team Darkside, I'm sure you guys are familiar with them. They've been doing Monster Hunter videos for like forever. You know, they've always done the videos on how to one-shot the bosses. They've done all sorts of crazy videos of like beating monsters in record times, under 2 minutes, under 1 minute, that sort of thing. I love watching their stuff because their teamwork and their coordination is just awesome. They figure out the best mathematical formula for taking someone down or taking a monster down, and then they go and do it. That's about how it feels, Peace. That trying to pronounce his name. Like
you're having a stroke?
Yeah, it's like some of the monster names are really easy. I don't know if you guys were around when... Did you guys... Then you guys play Monster Hunter Portable 3 on Japanese? Like, the monster names were like Hapuru Baruku.
Oh, yeah.
Ragnar Ragaku. I'm gonna end up summoning Ragnar.
Axel, he sat on her head. That was rude. Axel, who does that? Go put him in the cat cam. Look at him. He's perfect.
Perfect.
He coming.
Oh, sorry about that. I had to resituate some kitties. They were arguing a little bit.
Wheeze, wheeze. Wheeze, wheeze. Who's got a wheezy purr? Why don't you relax? You look so stiff.
Jinjinx? Oh, I think I've heard of that. Is that a... that is a, what is it? Like a 3D fight choreography software? I'm trying to remember what Monty Ohm used for his stuff. Oh, Jinjinx is actually a channel then. How has that one not come up? I haven't seen that one. Oh, wait, is that the mathematical channel? The one where they figure out the mathematical best way of approaching something? I think there's two guys on that channel. What are they called? Okay, yeah, I know that one. Yeah. They're actually really good. As far as min-maxing and everything, I would have to say, yeah, that's definitely a channel you want to look at. Yeah, Peace, I'm the same with a few different ones. A lot of older sounding words, like Gogmazios. Those kind of words. A lot of Monster Hunter names, actually.
One fun one was what? Dobu Duboru Beku?
Yeah, Dobu Dorubaruku was the original name for... What was his English name?
Duramboros or something?
Yeah, Duramboros. His original Japanese name was Doburo Baruku. Doburo Baruku. What was the rabbits? The rabbit penguin? Yeah, Urukusu was, what's his English name, though? I can't remember. The rabbit penguin.
I can never remember his... Or maybe that was his English.
No, it wasn't Urukusu.
The crap. What was it?
Yeah, he totally took out your plant, huh? Or wait, is it there?
Yeah. It's there.
Oh. See, with that in the foreground, this is literally a 13-foot tall cat. I mean, his ears are up in the leaves. Look, they're in the foreground, and he's...
I may have to erase this.
That is a monster cat. That cat could take on Mr. X from Resident Evil 2. X gonna give it to you.
He'll completely forget his job and stop to pet the cat. Man, forget chasing that guy.
Yeah, Gog's gear was pretty interesting to look at. I don't know. It seemed like Gog's was like... He's like the great-great-grandfather to Val Hazak. Oh yeah, we're insane weebs as well, Peace, believe me. Sash here is quite the... She's quite the Japanesey. It was the name... What is it? What am I thinking of? The name philosophy?
Huh? What?
Not philosophy. I can't remember it. The method to pronouncing it, that was weird to me. Because it was so many repeated of this... So many times the same symbol or syllable was repeated.
Get some high quality cat and booty.
There we go. We've got some cat butt back. Hey Axel, why don't you tell everyone hello?
It's a different cat from earlier.
Yes, this is his bigger brother. Bigger only in size. Oh, good to hear you got the crown, Abdul. Awesome. So that means you're a little bit closer to getting those trophies. Or achievements, depending on your platform.
We are on PS4. I'm Sasha Bear, I think.
Yeah, we're on PS4. She's Sasha Bear KBG, and I'm Royello KBG. Royello. Feel free to send us an invite. We always like friends.
Yeah.
Oh, right. You said you had it on Xbox One. I forgot about that.
Mention that with Kingdom Hearts. Or not Kingdom Hearts. Monster Hunter. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, well, we know what you're thinking about.
Yep.
Xbox did finally get, I know, right? They really need crossplay on...
Everything.
Yeah, everything, really. The only thing is unfortunately we're on PS4, and we all know how Sony is with the crossplay so far. They're like, no, 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 no. Wait, are they being successful with crossplay? Hey, we'll do it. Count us in for this one game. This multi-billion-dollar game. Yeah, we'll do it. Every other game. Let me look at the figures. Yeah, not billions of dollars. Nah, no. Sorry. Yep, you are correct, Beast. That's, yeah, Rathalos is a monster in Monster Hunter. He's actually the flagship monster from the very first game. He's been around the series, yeah, since 2002. Well, I think they're not going to have much choice here pretty soon, JC. Did you guys see that that Sony announced their last quarter for PS4 sales is the lowest they've seen since 2016 because the demand for PlayStation 4 has been weakening? So, I'm thinking that has a lot to do with crossplay. Oh man, audio. I think Elatrion would make a lot of people cry.
Oh god, yeah, he was a disaster.
Oh, we didn't make much mention of it in the video, but have you guys actually looked at the new the Gala gear? That stuff is pretty dang good.
It's pretty perfect for a match to their event with the Jagras, with like just overflowing with slots. Slots.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to. They have to embrace crossplay because the way it's moving, you don't even need really excellent hardware to play all the games now. I mean, you will have to reduce your specs, but in Japan right now, they have on the highest Wi-Fi settings with the Switch, you can actually stream a game in full fidelity that the Switch has no business playing at all. You can just stream it and play it like that, and you can do it at full spec too. And it's really crazy that they can do that, and that's going to set the precedent. Pretty soon, we're probably going to be able to just come home, throw our phone on the table, and stream games through it, you know, Bluetooth a controller to it, our favorite controller to it, and play whatever game we want on whatever platform using the phone to stream it, rather than buying, you know, consoles and PC hardware. I care about Dodo Gamas because he's my favorite monster in Monster Hunter World.
Dodo Gama is?
Yeah, I love Dodo Gama. Dodo is great. He's the full package. He's a big chubby boy with a nice firm chin. He eats rocks. And he makes you explode. That's probably not the most fun thing, but... And have you seen his tail when you cut it off? It's so cute. It looks like a little pillow.
They should make a pillow. Have they made a pillow?
They have made a pillow of the Rathalos tail severed. They should make one for Dodo Gama's tail.
They should.
Oh, so Peace, you're going back and playing some of the older games too, huh? I've been on that kick lately. I've been going between older games for PS2 and PS1. One sec. And playing, looks like Axel moved out on us. There we go. Yeah, I've been playing some older stuff because, I don't know, a lot of the new games haven't been catching my eye. So I've been going back and dropping some games off the backlog from way back. Man, Dynasty Warriors was awesome back in the day. My favorite was Dynasty Warriors 3. I remember going and finding captains so I could raise my stats. I'd find a captain and keep him in a combo loop for like 5 minutes straight to get my hits to like, I think it was like 300 hits to get, or 1,000 hits maybe, to get the maximum chance that he would drop the best boost for your stats he could. Haha! Final Fantasy X Blitzball. Man, I loved Blitzball. I loved it. Like, I played it all the time. I wish they would actually release... They were talking a while back. They were joking with the idea of releasing a Blitzball game on mobile. I would love to play Blitzball, like, as its own game. Just polish it up. Would be fun as hell. Oh man, audio. If they brought a Disaster, a Latreon, or Fiora, I never was sure about that name. But yeah, if they brought any Latreon or Dis, I think it would pretty much destroy the hunters that all came. Monster Hunter's their only world is their only Monster Hunter game. I think it would just like leave them in perpetual despair. Audio. I always thought his name, that version of him, sounded like someone with Tourette's having a bit of an episode. What you want to go fight? Let's fight that shit and disappear. Kitten. I just always called him Dis. Yeah, Final Fantasy's been one of my favorite series. The way they take the series these days, like there's 15 and like 13 series, they're kind of off and on for me. I really like the idea of Final Fantasy 15, but I wasn't feeling it in the beginning because the story was split so many ways. You had the app, you had the manga, there was the light novel, there was the movie. What else? It's like every form of media. Every media and its brother's Bulldrome out there got something for Final Fantasy 15. It's like, I want a story, guys. I appreciate you trying something new, but this is entirely too much money for me to be throwing in entirely too many directions to get what I want out of this. Especially for episode 13 to be as bad as it was in the beginning. Before they patched it and made it better, episode 13 was... it was awful. The most fun I had in episode 13 was using the ring to shrink the dudes with the axes. I would use it to shrink them down to little stick men, to where their melee hits would no longer register. I wouldn't kill them with it. I would just make them stick men, and they would just be harassing me, just running around. They were like little skinny backup dancers for me. They were like running around everywhere behind Noctis, just swinging at him. But because they were weakened, their melee hits wouldn't register, so they just keep swinging and they would never touch him. J Chaos, that right there, you nailed it on the head. That right there is the one thing that I think is Monster Hunter World's biggest biggest problem is the reliance on RNG to get the decorations and the gear that you want. I think that was the biggest setback for the series, for the game. Calling for rain on the Regalia's radio. Man, I love the Regalia, though. The idea of the Regalia just driving around, just hanging out. The camping and the driving and all the social interaction. Yes, the food, all that between the characters.
The dialogue was really good.
That was awesome. That was some of the best character development I've seen in a game. I loved that aspect of it.
It had so much promise.
Yeah, JC... See, Sasha and I were talking about this the other day. When I got burnt out on World, that was the reason I got burnt out. Because in previous Monster Hunters, you know, you didn't rely quite so much on the gems. I mean, they were there, but you could get around it by crafting the gems. And you could
make the gems, and it was your, decoration? Your necklace thing?
You had
what was RNG, so it didn't have that much of an impact.
Yeah, you could get around it by, if you just farmed a monster enough, you would get the parts eventually. You knew, if I kill this guy enough, I'm going to be able to craft what I need. I'll get the skills I want. Whereas in this, maybe if the roster was a little bit bigger for what you could kill to get the decos would be better. But it's like, once you get to the end game, it's like, here, we've got these, 7 arch-tempered monsters for you to beat up. That's it. That's what you do. You just beat these guys up, beat the orange glow out of them, and hope that they give you the best stuff. And then by the time it's like, I don't know, you just get so used to their patterns and everything, and then it's like, well, now there's not really much challenge. It's truly a grind. Yeah, there are certain monsters that, you only want to fight it once, and just so you can say you can, and then never go back. Yeah, the off-road Regalia was something that should have been in the game from the get-go.
It was chocobos.
Chocobos are cool, but you can't go run over herds of monsters on them.
Man, once I got chocobos, never looked back. Forget that car.
I wanted a more thorough, I wanted the chocobo breeding to be more like 7, to be more involved and more in-depth.
That would have been fun if they had more chocobo stuff.
Yeah.
And they had some, little courses that you could run, and it looked like they were going to add more, and maybe they did. I haven't played it again, but needed more of that and more colors.
Yeah, we need to do the Call of Teroth. After Greatest Jagras goes on Thursday, I think that's what we're going to be doing.
Yes, the next step.
I've just been trying to spam Jagras as much as possible and get every freaking gem out there so I can just totally get around this whole grind and the RNG of it. It sounds like you got a really cool family to work with, Peace. Peace says that his family fights over who gets a chocobo first if somehow, for some unknown reason, they come to be.
That definitely sounds like a cool family. I don't think most of my family knows what a chocobo is.
And yep, you are right. Oh, audio. What bosses are you hoping they bring to the raid? The near raid? Like from near. I'm actually kind of hoping I'm hoping they bring some. I'm hoping they bring moose. What?
Moose. Bring the moose. As a mount, please.
Oh. Oh, the moose from the game. Yeah. Oh.
The mount they are bringing is really cool. You ride around on the pod. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hold on to the pod like they do.
That is brilliant. I love it.
I was kind of hoping they would do the fighter jets, though.
Oh, dang.
Like they
that
would
would've been
transform
cool.
and everything. I thought that would be
no.
cool. That would be my kind of mount. I thought the pod was going to be a minion, honestly.
Oh. Yeah, now that you bring that idea to the table, that's better. Dang.
Wow, sounds like you really hit the lucky branches on the tree there, JC. I've gotten a few I've gotten a couple artillery critical. I got a mind's eye finally, but I can't freaking seem to get my guard up. Like for my gun lance, they will not drop a bulwark for me. It's been killing me. I've done him like probably, I don't know, hundreds of times now. Have you gotten a, what is it, protected polish? Or protected polish? I got lucky and got one of those earlier. I didn't even think that one would be one in the drop table, but I guess every deco in the game is in the drop. Oh, the sharp. Okay, that was the sharp deco. I was thinking it might be, but I couldn't remember the name of it. Dang, sounds like you've been having some good luck too, Abdul. And I've gotten some good luck, but as far as my gun lance skills, I seem to get screwed. They don't drop for me. Well, we've got till Thursday to grind him out, fellas. See what we can get. Oh. Look at this. The cat is pretty well along. I've been sitting here chatting with you guys, and I forgot to look over.
Oh.
He looks he looks like he's going to be up to something. Like, he's not going to be climbing that tree, because he's just got to go one step up, and boom, he's there.
I'm going to make another layer and make him a black mage.
Oh, we'll save it at this, before you do the black mage stuff. Save it. That way we've got one that's just regular. And then you can go ahead and black mage them up.
It's just going to be on a separate layer, so it'll be like this. I can just make it disappear.
I could see Super Emil audio, but do you think, well, I guess they could have 2B and A2, but I'm willing to bet that they're going to be in our party at some point, helping out with the raid. It would be cool if we got to fight them at, like, even if it was just, like, not a completely serious fight. Yeah, Abdul, the word out on the street is if you capture him, you are guaranteed the forewarn. I think it's forewarn. So, if you can get your capturing down on him to less than 10 minutes, it is very efficient as far as that. Yeah, I believe you have us on there, audio. Yeah, because I've seen you on there.
Hmm?
Usually when I'm on PSN, it's usually later on at night.
I don't think I have him on my friends list. He's on yours, but
I've got audio.
Yeah, I don't think I do though.
Hmm. And JC, if you're able to knock the bosses out that quickly with speed runs like that with your min-max builds, you should post some of those videos on your channel. Well, I'm willing to bet you'd get a lot, because right now, well, it's always been the case, but any kind of speed runs in Monster Hunter World seem to be just crazy good footage. I wish I could do it. I'm just not that good at the game. I mean, or any game really. Never been much of a skill type. I mean, I can beat everything in Monster Hunter for the most part, but I can't say that I do it that good. Yeah, that cat looks like he's ready to fight. See? It looks like the cat's saying, I know Kung Fu. Yeah, Rick says awesome artwork. Cat looks like it's ready to rumble.
Thank you.
Oh, Abdul, did you see what JC said? Best way to get rare is to farm the regular behemoth. You get 4 warp, the red ones. If you solo, you can easily sub 8. If you're with a group, easily sub 5. Yeah, we've always played the Monster Hunter games. I've been playing them since back on PS2 when the first one came out. I think it was 2002, 2003. But unfortunately, even after 17 years of experience, I can't say that I'm ready for speed runs or anything. However, when it comes to game memories, like experiences I remember in games, I will never forget the first time I ever downed a Rathalos in Monster Hunter 1. Because I wasn't quite getting the mechanics of the game at first, like the crafting and everything, so I was actually making it really hard on myself. I was playing, and I thought you had to like get further in the game to buy new gear from the store. So I was using just bought gear and the gear I started the game with. And I remember when I defeated the cut coup, oh man, I was ecstatic. And then I fought Rathalos over and over and over. My gear kept bouncing. I was using sword and board at the time too. It was a long, grueling battle, and I beat him with like 2 minutes to spare at like 40. It's like 48 minutes. And man, I remember that. I was happy. Like, I think I actually got up and jumped around quite a bit. I was ecstatic. Oh, the construction robot is a boss? That makes sense. He's a really huge robot. I'm really hoping for the opera lady in the red dress. She was one of my favorites. I'm sure we'll probably run into Adam and Eve in there as well. My hardest my hardest monster in World? Oh man. What would you say your toughest is in World? Like what monsters don't you like to fight?
Not too pleased with Luna right now, but she's only an issue if it's Luna and Teo.
Oh yeah,
Her
they
by
get to that
herself is not
bonding
bad.
ceremony, and if you're anywhere near that,
Well, and she won't leave.
goodbye. Oh yeah, Rick, that's gonna be a good one. It'll be nice to have some new content as well. But as far as hardest boss, I'd probably have to say, unless I have the perfect gear for him, Arch-Tempered Valhazak. I really hated when he goes upstairs and you've got to fight him, his effluvial, the levels of effluvial, all that. But once you have the gear, he's not that bad either. So probably Valhazak, or we call him Ballsack. Him or, yeah, Luna, I would say. Yeah, Arch Lavasioth is gonna be... well, it'll be a hot fight if nothing else. Yeah, it would be cool to see more game collabs. I like the Monster Hunter World starting to go with the collabs, because if you look at previous Monster Hunter games, they had collabs at the wazoo. You had like Case Closed. What I think would be a good collab in today's... well, it seems like with Monster Hunter World that they're going for more Western style games. Like they're trying to really appeal to the Western market. So I don't know how much we can expect as far as like maybe anime or Eastern style collabs. Like they want to go with The Witcher. So I wouldn't be... they've gone with Assassin's Creed as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they did something... I would like to see a God Eater collab, to be honest, but that might be a little too weeb for World. Or maybe if they want to go back with one of their best clones on the PSP, Soul Sacrifice. Soul Sacrifice was really good. I think they would make for an awesome collab. But popular MMOs, I don't know. I could see them doing another collab with either Final Fantasy XIV, or maybe doing a Resident Evil collab. Seems like it's definitely something they should work on, because I mean that's their own IP, but Resident Evil's doing great right now. Can you imagine if they brought Leon as a skin to Monster Hunter World? They'd probably sell the crap out of it. Him and Claire, or even better yet, maybe you could fight a tyrant. That would be pretty cool. They could do like maybe a Black Desert collab, or what are some other good Western ones? Black Desert's more, I think it's Korean, but it's pretty popular here. Oh, you posted on Discord? Let me take a quick look. I think the whole, with how in 14 in Final Fantasy 14, the way they're moving into Garlean territory, I think it makes a lot of sense for Nier to be the next collab with that. The whole technology and everything, how Garlemald like uses that to get around, you know, having to use Aether. I think it fits. Yeah, that's kind of the big pitfall that I think a lot of us are running into, JC, is that you get to where you've got most of the gear, but maybe one or two odd pieces, and of course those are the ones you want the most. So then you're entirely relying on RNG, and it's like, I don't know. You're just doing the same thing over and over. That probably kills a game for me more than anything. You know, a cool collab, in my opinion, for Monster Hunter, I think, would honestly be the new game Anthem coming out. It's by BioWare, who is a really good studio that's similar to CD Projekt Red. And Anthem has you fighting a bunch of large-scale monsters in it as well. It actually has kind of a... It has sort of a Monster Hunter vibe to it, in my opinion. I really enjoyed the demo. We're probably going to be doing quite a few videos on Anthem. I think it's the next... Moving forward, we're going to be covering a lot of Anthem and Monster Hunter, as Monster Hunter gives us stuff to cover. So JC, you seem to understand. Were you able to play the demo? Because Anthem is really... I had a lot of doubts. Like, because, you know, EA being the jerks they are, I hate EA with a passion. I love BioWare. But they did, after Andromeda, I was a bit worried. But as they've been moving forward, they've been giving us a lot of reasons to actually kind of get hyped over it. So I'm letting myself get a little bit excited about Anthem. But yeah, my doubts have been getting knocked out by, you know, the executive producers have been making announcements saying no loot boxes, they'd have no place. The DLC for the story is going to be free. It's supposed to be, for the most part, a complete game on release. And the demos really made me, man, that gameplay is awesome.
And the flying is fun.
Yeah, it's like each of the, what are they? Each of the javelins are different games, in my opinion. Like, when I play the Colossus, I feel like I'm playing a polished Armored Core. When I play as the Interceptor, I feel like I'm playing, like, the next version of Warframe. If I'm playing as the Ranger totally feels like you're playing Mass Effect. And when you play as Storm is probably the biggest nod to Destiny in the game, I would say. It's still not quite Destiny, but it feels good like it. Yeah, trust me, JC, when it comes out, it's really, really good. Haha, sounds like you like the Colossus too. That's my favorite one because every game I play, I'm always, you know, a tank, MMOs, that kind of thing. And Colossus feels really good, but they all do. They all are awesome.
I like the speedy melee type one.
Oh, the Interceptor?
Yeah.
Yeah, Interceptor's the Warframe one. But yeah, I'm trying to come up with some good ideas for Anthem as far as videos. I've got to come up with a decent roadmap for what to cover, information, and then I got to pin down all my information sources. But yeah, you can expect to be seeing a bit of that on the channel. Actually, the Colossus is a really heavy DPS class, but I would have to say, if you want just pure deeps, yeah, the Interceptor and the Storm. The Storm is a freaking Storm is a very good term for it when you play it. They can bring lightning down from the sky. They set their hand forward and things just are incinerated. And their super is ridiculous. They just drop every element known to man down into one area and nuke it. So, and the Storm is actually interesting the way they make you play it. They force you into aggression, essentially. Because when you're on the ground as a Storm, you take a lot more damage. The way to actually get your shield to operate the best is you have to hover in the air. When you hover in the air, they can do it longer than anyone, but their shield becomes more dense, and they get higher defense in the air. The thing about that, though, is while it does put you in a perfect position to aim your spells everywhere, it also makes you, like, if you don't have a tank with you, it makes you target numero uno. Like, you're floating above the battlefield, and boom, everyone is like, I want to kill that guy. So you have to be aggressive, or they're gonna kill you. It's like you kill them before they kill you, is the position it puts you in. Yeah, the glass cannon with the crazy mobility is the Interceptor. That's the one that, like I said, if you've played Warframe, it plays a lot like that. The special, if you ever played Warframe and you played Valkyr, Interceptor is really close to Valkyr. Oh, Audio said they added you on PSN, so.
Oh, okay.
After the stream, grab that invite.
Yeah. It's on, it's playing the music right now.
Yeah, we're not too fancy with our music. We just have our PS4 playing YouTube in the background. The crazy thing about YouTube's copyright algorithms is it still will catch the music even if it's in the background. Almost all of our streams are copyright claimed right after the fact. Yeah, I used to be really big on Warframe. Made a few videos for it, and I try to keep up when new content comes out. They have a really great roadmap for content this year, though. They've got 2 new Warframes on the way. They're adding... oh, what planet is it? Jupiter? No, Jupiter's where they're at now. No, I think it is Jupiter, actually. Yeah, but they're adding a new free roam area, and they're also bringing the rail, the big ships. Railjack, that's it. That looks really fun. I'm pretty excited about that. The new Warframe looked okay. But, I don't know if you guys watch Quiet Shy's videos. I love her channel. She's great. She's so abusive. But, she's one of my favorite. Her and, Better Name Pending are probably my 2 favorite Warframe people, because they're just so friggin' funny. But I watched gameplay of the new Warframe, the passive one. He doesn't really seem like he's my kind of play style. So... I haven't been feeling the urge to come back just yet. I've heard about For Honor. I never got around to playing it. I downloaded it when it was free, so I mean I've got it. I just haven't tried it. There is that new one they just released, Respawn Entertainment, the guys who made Titanfall. They just released a new, we were talking about it a little bit earlier, Apex Legends, that's what it is. It's a free-to-play, what is it? Abdul brought this one up. Free-to-play Battle Royale, but it looks a lot more interesting than most of the Battle Royales, because you know with the other Battle Royales, you've got just skins, and everyone is essentially the same character, just different weapon loadouts. Well, with Apex, you've actually got more of an Overwatch kind of esque job system. There's different classes. Every character has unique skills to them. And that looks like it'll set it apart. I think it's also got PvE. I think it has bots too, so it's not all PvP if that's not your thing. But it looks like they were pretty creative with that, so I'm thinking I might give that one a shot.
Oops.
Oh, I don't know if you guys are aware, but if money is a bit tight for you, and you have any interest in Anthem coming up, It is included on their Origin Premier service, which is $14.99 a month, and you can cancel at any time. The full game of Anthem is included on there. If you get on Origin Premier Access, I think it's within the next 3 or 4 days, then you can actually jump on Anthem when it comes out, the early access, which I believe is the 15th or the 14th. So instead of paying, 60, 70 bucks for a game, you just do the $14 a month, play it for, well, really till you get tired of it. You'd be able to play it for 4 months before you end up paying the full price for it. And then you not only have access to Anthem, you have access to basically EA's whole library, which means all of BioWare's library, which is awesome. So you have all the Dragon Quests at your Dragon Ages at your disposal. You'll also have Mass Effect, Titanfall, Battlefield, Need for Speed, Burnout, all of those really. It's a great budget way to try Anthem too if you're on the fence about it. Where did all of our cats go? We were like abandoned.
Yeah, they were all in here when we started. Maybe because it got cold.
Yeah, JC, we actually were founders for Fortnite way back, like a year and a half ago. It came out in, I think, June of 16. And we loved it when it was just Save the World. Played the crap out of it, and then before Battle Royale came out, we got a little bit burnt out on it and stopped playing. I don't mind, I don't mind Battle Royale overall. I think it's a really cool idea for a genre. I just haven't seen the original ideas, the themes that I'm wanting to see for it. But like PUBG, I've never really been big on like real world themed games. I like high fantasy stuff, sci-fi. But if they come out with a battle royale where it's like sci-fi, or like I was talking about earlier, there's one that's coming out. It's all mages, like all magical people. Like the wind mages are really agile and can move across areas really fast. The fire mages are really good at cutting off areas and zone control. The earth mages can actually, they're kind of like fire, earth, waterbenders from Avatar. They can do a lot to manipulate the environment. So that one might be worth a shot. If I can ever remember the name of it. Yeah, the genre is really, in my opinion, the genre is very intriguing because you got 100 people, or I don't think they're all 100 people though. I think Apex Legends is maybe 40 people. You have all these people in an area, and you pretty much watch the area shrink and the area change around them. So people have to adapt. I think it's a really cool idea. I just haven't seen the theme that I'm interested in yet. I was saying earlier, I want to see a feudal Japanese one. Like where everyone is a samurai and you have katana, nodachi, spears, bows, that kind of stuff. Like you could have guns, but say maybe every time you start a match you get a musket, like an old school musket that you have to put the powder and everything into, and you get maybe 2 shots for the whole match. So kind of a last resort weapon. And like add horses into it. Yeah. You could put horses and cavalry battles into it, or like Abdul was saying earlier, Abdul would like to see one that was like Dark Souls themed.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
So you'd have maybe some magic in there, like halberds, axes, great swords, daggers, sword and shield, all that kind of stuff. Crossbow, bow. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, the Avatar universe has a really good, a really well built, well written out world where I think they would really do well with like an MMO RPG setting. Like you could start off in the Fire Nation and start off as a lowly, like all you can do is pretty much, you know, make a flame that's as good, it's good for just lighting your way or maybe lighting a fire, and then work your way up to the greater ones. Like ultimately you can control lightning and, you know, control the blue flame and everything. And maybe you could actually go to other nations and then maybe like learn things from them. Not learn, because of course you're not the Avatar, you can't become, you know, you can't take up multiple disciplines, but you could learn things that maybe would add depth to what you can use. Like, well, maybe you can't learn, if you're a firebender, you can't learn earthbending, but maybe you could go and learn some of their martial arts from them, and that would help you change up your styles and have like a custom martial art that includes, you know, like the disciplines of different elements. The hardest thing about that would probably be writing out, yeah, like him. Yeah, Zuko's granddad was...
Oh, Iroh? Or... Yeah, that was Iroh, right? Or was that his uncle?
Well, yeah, he called him uncle. But he knew everything. I mean, he was the first one to master the how to ground lightning.
Unplug the tablet.
This is starting to look like a Halloween card. Like, you could totally make this like a Halloween card. I mean, I know it's a Black Mage from Final Fantasy, but... Yeah, because he learned that technique from waterbenders, how to ground the lightning and redirect it. So it shows they can learn things from each other. It doesn't necessarily have to actually be, you know, waterbending or, you know, their element. But
yeah, you can apply their principles to your element or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, Iroh was one of my favorite characters. I liked him and Boomy and Toph. I think Toph is one of the most original written characters out there.
Yeah, there really aren't many blind characters. And she was still such a badass.
Yeah, it's really a shame that the only Avatar games that came out were really just used for... They were really just good for easy achievements on Xbox, pretty much. Did you see that the... Yeah, Zula was really cool. Did you see that studio is a... They've been teasing their new series, and it looks really good. The dude that's riding around on that, it's like a lightning ferret or something, but it's a badass ferret. Oh yeah, there was that Avatar game, wasn't there, audio? I'm willing to bet that they probably used the Arjeg. The name will come up in just a minute. But thank you for the sub, if you're in the audience. But as far as the success of the horrible M. Night Shyamalan movie and the the game are probably what they used as their barometer for figuring out if they should go ahead with the James Cameron one. It probably ended up being the nail in the coffin for it. Yeah, the fights in Avatar were way ahead of the game, especially for Western studios. I like Western cartoons mostly for their writing. I think they're really well written, and I think they're really funny in most cases. Like I'm a huge fan of like Chowder, Flapjack, and such. But those I don't think of Western style studios when I think animation or quality, like fight scenes, graphics. Like, but Avatar really stood out. It really distinguished itself. I still need to finish Korra, I hate to say. We got to season 3, but we never finished it. And I was really enjoying Korra. It was pretty dark. I like dark stuff. I like kind of tragedy sort of stories. Sasha's more into the slice of life, happy stuff.
There's enough crap in real life.
Well to do. I've seen a bunch of videos online where people have actually used their engineering know-how to make. There's this one set of dudes. They actually made gloves that whenever they throw a punch, it actually has a flamethrower on the top of their hands, and it actually fires out fire when they throw punches or do certain motions. So they could actually be like legit firebender as long as they don't move much further than a few feet, because I think they're tethered to a device for it. Yeah, with Korra herself wasn't the most interesting, but I was kind of digging the characters around her. Like, it seemed like, whereas with Avatar and Aang, like everything, the world was growing kind of around him, and he was basically the key to everything. With Korra, it's almost like they tried to keep the focus away from being on her too awfully much as the Avatar. Whereas with Aang, it was like the whole focus was, oh my god, he is the Avatar. Why can't he do this? Why can't he do that? He has to overcome everything. He has all these trials, so he has to break through all these barriers. With Korra, it was almost like she was born into being like... It was almost like with Aang, it was like the story of the underdog from rags to riches. Whereas with Korra, it's almost like she was like the Avatar aristocrat that started off on top and needed to be broken down because she wasn't humble enough. She was too confident. She had too many things that she needed to come to terms with. And it really affected all the people around her. Oh, thank you, Rick. Hey, Rick, out of curiosity, could I get you to type something in the chat on Twitch if you're on there? I'm just kind of curious if this chat window over here is going to actually show it. It's been showing everything you guys say, and you've got this little YouTube icon next to your names when you do, so I'm thinking it's going to work. But we don't seem to get anyone in Twitch just yet, so... If it does work, then I'm going to go ahead and make it all one chat instead of having two. Because currently we're streaming this out to YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer. The Microsoft platform, which is growing, I think. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. It's actually a really, from a streamer's point of view, I'd say Mixer probably has some of the best ideas as far as user interface and like ease of use, Mixer is really cool. And on like Mixer gives you like EXP and stuff for streaming and levels and such, so. Hey, Furball, what's going on? How you been?
Hello.
Haven't seen you around in a while. Has everything been good with you? Yeah, I agree with you, JC. I liked where they were going as far as the story. I do like the darker tone that it took, but it is a lot tougher to appreciate Korra. She comes off as way too standoffish, and I don't know, the comfort. Oh, look, it actually works. And look, there's
sweet.
a little Twitch icon next to it and everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. It works. It works.
It's alive.
So for the next time, we're going to have to find a good spot. And yes, Ragna is missing. This is the first stream of ours he's ever missed. I need to DM him and make sure everything is okay, because that makes me nervous. I hope he's just digging into Kingdom Hearts. I think he's worried about spoilers, so I think he's trying to avoid almost every form of social media that he can until he beats Kingdom Hearts. I'm thinking that's the case. But
I can't blame him because I'm doing the same thing when I can.
yeah, I can get behind that kind of thinking, JC. I definitely wouldn't say I remember Korra for Korra. I did like the interactions between the characters around her. And the more mature themes were definitely up there for me. But yeah, Korra herself, I can't really say I remember too much about her outside she's kind of a, she'd be a rough girlfriend to have. The new show though, I wish I could remember the name of it so I could tell you. You probably already know about it. It does look good. I've only seen a couple of small snippets of like fight scenes and such from it, but it definitely had an Aang kind of feeling to it. The main character definitely feels like he's gonna be more like Aang. Yeah, it can be jarring though when you have a studio that really does well on something, like the way they do a story or something and then they suddenly change it. The good thing about when developers or writers have an issue like that though and the audience doesn't take too well is as long as they're a good writer, they're going to take it as a lesson and they'll learn from it. And the next thing is probably going to be quite a bit better. Oh, Rick, you started streaming, huh? That's great. I'll go and follow you. And that way we'll get notifications when you go out and broadcast.
Yeah, and feel free to mention on the Discord too if you want.
Yeah, you are in the Discord, right, Rick? If not, you can hop in there, and then whenever you're going to be streaming, feel free to let everyone know. And yeah, Avatar was definitely a masterpiece. I really wish they could have got a better movie for it, though. Or just, I think no movie would have been better than what we got.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
Yeah, streaming is definitely rough on the internet. And if you're on a
Yeah.
limited data plan, wow. Like, it is really bad. Because, like, our videos, we usually stream in the highest. I think we're 1080p. Might be 4K settings if you can do 4K. But our videos are a staggering amount of data. Well, if you want to join, Rick, just let me know, and we can throw the link to the Discord down in the chat for you. Yeah, I usually enjoy M. Night Shyamalan movies. They can be a little bit polarized, like it's kind of a love it or hate it sort of thing with his stuff. But yeah, I would have to say Avatar was not one of his shining moments. However, I am excited to go see Glass here. That's the movie that's linked to Unbreakable. It's got a great cast, though. So were you going to give him a wand?
Yeah.
Or a stave? A staff?
Yeah, he's gonna have a staff.
Yeah. Yeah, Glass I think is going to be a good one. The thing about Shyamalan's movies, when they do hit, they really hit. They're really good when they're good. They're quite memorable. Like, this really feels like a Halloween card with him as a black mage. I wonder if the Final Fantasy Reddit would get a kick out of it.
Maybe.
With his pantaloons.
I love the stripy pants.
Yeah, it was. Split was a good movie. Oh man, Avengers Endgame. When the non-comic book readers get to see what actually happened. Yeah, I'm excited for Alita. I think you and I might be some of the only two people going to see that. I grew up on Alita Battle Angel. When I was younger, Alita was actually the very first manga I ever got my hands on. And Alita is going to this day in Japan. Been an ongoing series for, I think, almost 30 years now. I think a lot of people are freaked out about her eyes, is one of the things. Yeah, that's what I'm curious. I want to see how the studio pulls it off. So far, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been quite good, though, so... Was Ghost in the Shell good? I gotta admit, I never got around to watching it because anime to movies are usually pretty bad. The reason I'm interested in Alita is because I know the director is a huge fan of Alita, and also the fact that she's CGI and looks the way she does is pretty loyal to the series, so I've got a lot of hope for it. There was actually an early showing of Alita Battle Angel here in Texas, but it's way out, like over an hour away from us. I was really tempted to get on board with that one, but nah, we didn't go for it because of the drive. Really? Huh. I guess I'll have to go check it out. So it is it as loyal to the original movie as it looked? Yeah, we're Texans. Oh, really? Whereabouts in Texas? Texas is a great state. We've really been coming up on uh the popularity scale lately. We've been having a lot of folks move down here.
Oh, yeah.
We got them good tax rules. Laws.
Tax rules.
Rules. I figured you were gonna do like a actual like stone on the end or something.
I could.
You could do like a cat toy hanging from it. From the end of it. Like have a little feathery gem or something.
Yeah.
So he's got, while it is a magical wand, it's also a cat toy. Yeah, Dallas, Austin, and Houston have been particularly popular. Really? So I guess I'll have to check out the Ghost in the Shell movie then. Because I was actually interested in it. I hate to say I was interested in it when they showed the previews because of how accurate it looked. Because the previews that I saw actually showed the section in the beginning of the movie where she was being made, her mold and everything, and then when she's fighting that one dude in the water in her optic camouflage, and she grabs his arm and flips him over, breaks his arm and everything. It looked like they did that exactly from the movie. So I was interested in it because it looked like it was accurate. But then it came out and I entirely forgot about it.
I just wish they had casted someone Japanese to play her, because, like, really?
Well, that director is very well known for his usage of her. She's a highly utilized actress in all of his work. I mean, she's going to be in the Monster Hunter movie, which the Monster Hunter movie is actually looking a bit better now than it did. I was really nervous when they were showing Rathalos fighting, what's his face? Dino Valdo in Manhattan. I was like, what is this?
Why don't you play with this for just a sec?
I don't know what. I don't want to mess it up.
You could add something in the background if you want.
Okay.
I mean, you can't mess it up. Whatever you want.
Alright, yeah, you have the undo button, so that's good. Overwatch would make for a pretty cool movie, or maybe even an anime series. Hey, Titsalot, how's it going? It's been a while. How you been? Hope everything's been going well with you. Yeah, she does have quite the rabid fan base. Uh-oh, what is that? I have icons here. I don't know what these icons mean. She had to go for a second, so I have the pen and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to deal with these newfangled tablets. We've been good. We're good. Things have been fairly calm recently, so not too much has been going on, so always like calm. Okay, so I see we've got this over here. What if I click that? Oh. I think this thing takes on the color of whatever I touch. This?
I found the frogs.
Oh. I touched one thing, and it turned the whole thing went to flames.
To flames? What happened?
I don't know. I touched it, and it went to flames. Because it's on like a dropper or something.
Oh, my bad. I was selecting that background color, and then I handed it to you. Hey, Maxis, you want to be on the camera?
Yeah, I think the last time I watched Avatar, I watched it a couple times before Sash got around to watching it, and then I talked her into watching it, and we watched the entire series together. I think I've seen it 3 times.
What are you doing? Max is just losing his tiny mind over here.
we have a cat that is just. I think he's been hitting the catnip. Is there catnip downstairs?
I don't know. Apparently he found some.
He is going nuts. He's a big silly. This is our cat Roxas. Hey, you take care too, Audio. We'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping in. Oh, and thanks again for the code. I will use it. I appreciate you for that.
See you next time.
Oh, it looks like he calmed down a little bit.
That's too bad. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, he was burning a lot of energy really fast. Roxas. Hey, bud. Over here. Say hello to everyone. Oh, you kind of did. There's actually a lot of really good shows coming out this season for anime. Some of the big ones we're into, probably the 2 most interesting lately have been Golden Kamuy and That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime is kind of a sleeper hit. That one ended up being really good.
I expected that one to be entertaining, but man, it's been like my favorite this season. Well, maybe last season. I really like Mob. Abdul, thank you.
The music matches the Black Mage cat? I guess it kind of does. Oh, the wand looks pretty cool. Would you be able to give off like a glow around the gem?
Sure.
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 I don't. It might capture their face. That's an interesting idea. I wonder.
What's that?
JC said that what would happen if we put the cats where our faces are?
Oh, that is a good question.
Oh, he watches Slime Rick. It's a really, really good show. It's very good. JC says you're very talented.
Whoa, I don't know about that, but thank you. I do have fun with it.
So it's kind of funny. The original idea for the original reason for the channel was to kind of reach out as far as being like social, because we're kind of hermits. But we're also shy, so the channel's more of a I don't know, it was originally become a little more outgoing, but also try to figure out a like positive message to give along with it, and like the cats and animal advocacy, kindness, and that's what we definitely wanted to go for. And then we were like, the art stream was because Sash wanted to improve her art, and now that she's been at it for almost a year now,
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
I think March is gonna be.
Oh, dang.
I think March is gonna be a year for Kitten CatDoodle, and I'd say she's come along quite a ways.
Yeah, I needed a reason to, like, draw on a schedule, or at least draw sometimes. Because I would get to where I wouldn't draw for, like, years.
I think that's actually really important, JC, is that talented people don't think they are, because I think that's what drives the hunger. That's the key, that if you don't think you're good, then there's always room to get better, which there always is, so you actually do try to get better. So, what house do you belong to in Harry Potter?
What, me?
Yes.
Probably Hufflepuff. I'm pretty lame.
Slytherin.
Slytherin. I think you'd probably be more like a Ravenclaw.
Really?
Or a Gryffindor. Oh, yeah.
A Gryffindor? Letting that Texan slang.
That Gryffindor.
Yeah, I come from that there Gryffindor. So, Ravenclaw.
They're the Smarties.
Oh, wait, what? No, they're not. No. I thought you said Ravenclaw because I'm always quick to pick up a snack. Get in there and get out like a raven. Call. JC's a Slytherin.
I think because, like, all the adversaries are from Slytherin, it gets a bad rap, but their qualities are not necessarily bad.
Just remember, without the villains, the story wouldn't go anywhere interesting.
It'd be slice of life. It'd still be good.
You gotta have that conflict.
I guess.
The Boulder has conflicted issues with fighting a little blind girl. That was one of my favorite parts in Avatar. Like,
yeah, man, that had me rolling.
Man, the tournament, man.
Yeah, I agree. They get bad rep, but they're not bad. Is this a leaf? Is it a feather?
And then she smacks the crap out of him. The Boulder has gotten over his conflicted issues.
No longer conflicted.
I love the Boulder. It's like, you guys really... that was not a missed opportunity. Like, we're dealing with earthbenders, and we're going to be going into a fighting tournament. We totally need a rock reference. Oh yeah, that was just one of the best arcs ever. I love the whole tournament.
I wonder if I can fill that.
What kind of icon is that? What is that? What? It got real green.
Okay.
It got real green but some orange.
That ain't working, never mind.
What tool was that? Like,
the fill tool is just a bucket, and it's accurate because it just covers everything.
Kersplash. Here you go.
That's what you wanted, right?
You could call that one the color nuker.
There are, like, ways to make that actually work for you, and I've watched tutorials, but I can never remember when I'm actually doing it, how to make that work.
For the stave, you might want to put a black outline around it.
Yeah. Or maybe a light outline?
Something just... It seems like it blends just a little bit too much with the coat.
Yeah, it does.
But outside of that, it looks great.
Maybe I'll get the whole thing of blue aura.
Yeah, she pioneered metal bending. She was I liked how they introduced all that, like how every it made it go well past just simple elements. They gave each of them have like their own unique ways of bending, and only the most talented benders can figure it out. Like with blood bending, the metal bending, I mean, it was really unique. Oh, Abdul says nice magical staff he has.
Thank you. Maybe next time I should do a tank cat. He's gonna need a tank.
You could do that. We could do like a little series where it's different breeds of cats as different job classes.
That'd be cute.
What cat would be a tanking cat though?
Maine Coon.
I was thinking Maine Coon too.
Mm.
You know who would make a really good thief or ranger kind of cat? Those what are they? The one that Abdul mentioned in his top 3. Bengal. Bengal.
Bengal. Yep.
Yeah,
You're
Bengals
right.
would be great
That'd be perfect.
for thief or ranger.
Good old Persian white mage or something.
Yeah, I think it was important that they added the depth to the elements, because for a four series, for a 4-season show, it would be difficult to add much variety with just using straight water. You know, oh, you can freeze it, or fire. They had to go in deeper, and I think they did I think they came up with some really awesome ideas as far as making it deeper, like fire to lightning, the blue flame, and then you got blood bending, earth bending, which is metal. It was really unique. Ragdolls are big. Abdul has a good point. Ragdolls are huge.
This is true.
Could make a ragdoll. Oh, you know what? Maine Coons are more wild looking. You could do a Maine Coon as like a warrior or a berserker. And then you could do ragdoll as a tank. A
Like
ragdoll paladin. Yeah, he couldn't do any of the specialized bending because he didn't have a lifetime or really deep connection to those elements. Like the avatar is basically just in tune with they're the masters of the basics. Just because they can. But it seems like you have to have an extreme deep personal link with your element to be able to come up with the or to be able to utilize the most deep disciplines. Yeah, it kept him from stealing the show from everybody. That's one thing that when it comes to a cast and a storyline that revolves around each of the characters having access to power. Oh, Abdul says don't forget his Scottish, please. What would his Scottish be? Maybe
The Scottish Fold?
Scottish
Bard?
Fold. Yeah, I could
They
see.
got all the charisma.
Yeah, I could see Scottish Fold being a bard. Any Rick on Twitch is saying, are there any artists out there that we've wanted to meet in person? I would.
Nomura.
There is Nomura. I've always wanted to meet Yoshitaka Amano and Masamune Shiro from Ghost in the Shell fame. I have been forever in love with Masamune's art. JC wonders if you could make a Dodo Gama beating a behemoth. Sounds like
epic.
the behemoth really got rickrolled here. Have a super Dodo Gama. I'm waiting for that. Capcom surely has to know how much their fan base loves Dodo Gama. So when is Dodo Gama gonna get his time to shine? Because Behemoth did have Dodo Gama in his mouth. So it would be like turning, you know, Jagras around to Devil Joe. I'm really interested in Death Stranding. I don't know exactly what I think about it yet because... what the hell is it? I love Kojima. And I'm so glad now that he's been unleashed. I really am sad that he's not going to be able to finish Metal Gear, but I loved Metal Gear. It's one of my all-time beloved franchises. But he didn't want to do it anymore. He's been wanting out of Metal Gear since Metal Gear Sons of Liberty, so... yeah. So, I think Kojima will pull off whatever Stranding is. But I'm really interested in it. I can't wait to see and play it, but I have no idea what to expect just yet outside of... I'm going to be delivering mail through really... Is it going to... I don't want it to end up being... I'm worried about it being like... It's almost like they took the giant egg quests from Monster Hunter.
Oh, no.
And they handed them to Kojima. Like, maybe Kojima played some egg fetch quests in Monster Hunter and was like, this is a really fun idea.
No.
And then his light bulb just went on and... It just sounds... That could be a terrifying... idea. I'm hoping it's not that. It's like a mix of egg quests from Monster Hunter and I don't know, like Clock Tower or Amnesia or one of the horror games where you have to run and hide from everything.
These aren't birds. That's not a bird either. Is there a tool for this?
I think it'd be cool if they made Dodo Gama and made him like gave his chin like his arch-tempered version, give him like super bling or something. Like give him like diamonds and gems in his actual jaw. That would be cool, Rick, if they made it so the next Monster Hunter was done by a fan. Did you guys see that they're about to conclude the weapons fan artist contest? They've got a few weapons that are going to be introduced into Iceborne that'll be fan designed, like the one, the Wyvern Ignition or Wyvern Ignition Greatsword is a fan one. And they're going to be doing more of those. Oh, that one dragon in Dark Souls 3? Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, Iceborne is going to be all new content. I think it's actually going to be G rank, essentially. Because for it to be interesting, all the monsters are going to have to be stronger than what we've got. So when we get there, it's going to be... I don't know, maybe they're going to have a low rank version of Iceborne, and then it's going to go to G rank. But for current players who have already been playing the game for a long time, we're going to need a really good challenge, and G rank is really the next big thing. But I don't think they're going to call it G rank. They seem to be wanting to do away with most of the old conventions for Monster Hunter, so they'll probably call it something else, but it'll be essentially G rank. Because you would have to have G rank difficulty stuff to match, like the way they're giving us all these decorations with Greatest Jagras, and they have a few events coming out between now and then. They're gearing us up. They're making it so newer folks can come into the game and more easily integrate into the current existing crowd. But for Iceborne to be at all interesting for us with in-game gear, it's got to be at least G rank style difficulty.
Man, I hope not.
I don't think Capcom's gonna go that route. I think they've been enjoying their success. All their games seem to be, they've been on a really high point ever since Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7 came out and it was their best-selling game, and then Monster Hunter World came out, that was their best-selling game. Resident Evil 2 is doing really well, and they haven't been utilizing loot boxes and microtransactions with those, so. I mean, you can buy emotes in Monster Hunter World, and I know in Devil May Cry you can buy red orbs, but they had that in Devil May Cry 4 and it was fine. Master rank, Rick? I could see him naming it some. I don't see us getting G rank because that's more of a Japanese thing, because we've never, on our side of the pond, we've never had a G rank actually. It's always been named something else. I think the old Monster Hunter players, though, are just so used to knowing it is G that that's just what we call it, no matter what it actually is called in the game. Oh, the birds and the stars in the background are nice.
Thank you.
Black stars.
I tried putting them in as white, but it didn't look as cool.
So are there any other Capcom franchises you guys are hoping get revitalized since Capcom's been on such a tear? I'm really hoping to see a new or a remade Breath of Fire. I want to see Mega Man Legends 3 really bad. I wouldn't mind seeing another Dino Crisis game, so long as they don't follow the Dino Crisis 3 formula.
Or is she using the Kotats correctly?
Yeah, I think they're going to be going toward more making the monsters difficult to fight, but not too heavy on the hit points, I'm hoping. Because that's kind of how deviants are. Deviants are just really difficult to fight. Their skills are nasty, they kill you really fast, but they're not, you know, they're not just like crazy on the hit points. Because, yeah, just giving them boosted HP is kind of like artificial difficulty, I guess that's what I would call it. It's like, this thing isn't even harder, it's just a fight of attrition now. I've just got to grind it out and hope I don't run out of items. And actually now, running out of items isn't even a problem, because you can just go back to camp.
Yep.
Monster Hunter should really do a Nier collab.
That'd be cool.
I mean, everyone else is.
Everyone should do a Nier collab.
Well, everyone is. You look at almost any mobile game, they've all had Nier collabs. Even Shin Megami Tensei my mobile game, DX2, is getting a Bayonetta and a Nier collab soon.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna have a monster that's gonna have a lot of hit points, you need to give it more breakable parts that can all drop more parts. So then, you know, while you are grinding out these parts, you're at least getting some rewards while doing it. And if it's gonna take forever to kill it, then, you know, you can at least distract yourself by dismantling it piece by piece. Well, is this one done?
I think so.
Can you scoot it to the right at all so everyone can see the full thing without the chats or the cats?
I wish I could, like... Oh, I can type in. Okay, let's see. Let's see what 40 does. 400.
Wow.
Oh, 4D.
We've gone into the soul of the cat. Are you trying to do some detail work?
Nope, not at all. Sorry, it does not need to be that big.
Yeah, same here, JC. I used to actually draw tattoo designs. Never put a tattoo on a person though. Just to clarify. Always did the designs. But I fell out of it after a while, and man, my skill is probably god awful these days. Oh, I like it where you put your signature at the end of the rod there. That's a good idea.
I've heard it's better to try to incorporate it into the picture.
Yeah,
So
I think it
people
is.
don't steal it or whatever. Not that they will, but you never know.
Oh, ultra-realistic faces. That's a hard category to get into. That's a lot of work because accuracy is so important.
Yeah, and the shading, doing it like such a small gradient of difference. Oh man, that sounds awesome.
You should get back into it, JC, and
Yeah, post it on the Discord.
post it on the Discord and on Reddit. Get people to maybe buy your work or something.
Yeah.
Do a little side hustle. Is there a Rick set over there?
Oh, thank you. It was a lot of fun to do. I like drawing cats, especially in Black Mage outfits, which I was supposed to do on separate layers. I think I screwed that up.
All of a sudden he's... Wow, he seems quite... Oh. Whoa, he looks very surprised right there. Do that again?
Oh, I put it back.
There, he looks surprised, like, huh? Him his face back?
Go?
What? Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I definitely screwed up leaving a version of it without any clothes, but it's fine. He's better with clothes anyway. Look at him.
Even if you don't think you have it right now, JC, I mean, you could do like Sashir is doing and maybe do some art streams and work your skill back up and get even better than you were before.
Yeah, that was sort of the idea. And I bought a very expensive tablet, and I needed to use it somehow to justify that purchase.
But yeah, if you even if on art streams though, you're not even required to talk. So if you're pretty shy like we were, I mean, we just kind of throw ourselves into it, but you don't have to talk. A lot of people just do good music and draw And even if you're doing like, even if you're not doing tablet like Sashir, like if I were to do an art stream, mine would be, I would get a camera and aim it at a table with my art supplies on it, and I would just do traditional medium. Just, you know, good old hand, pens, pencils, and some paper.
You don't even have to do it live. You can just record it and then speed it up and post it if you want to do like a...
Oh, yeah,
make
people
it a
love...
10-minute long video or something, yeah.
Yeah, people love time lapses. I've never thought of doing that with our streams. We always could.
Oh, just repost it sped way up?
Yeah, just do a time lapse on it.
It's not a bad idea. We could post both if people want to actually see the whole conversations and stuff, and have a really fast version if they just want to see it come together without just like going to the end and seeing how it ended up.
Hey, if you like creating, then JC, that's definitely something folks need more on the internet, is creative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
With the world going the way it's going, you know, technology coming up, my field of expertise, I'm in telecom, I'm a technician, and I see a lot of automation coming in. Machines are replacing so many things, replacing different ways we deliver the internet, the phone. Old technology is going out, new stuff coming in, and it's involving the person less and less. This is becoming a big thing with a lot of fields. I'm sure all of you have heard or seen in the news, or maybe some of you work in fields where you see or folks you're working with getting surplus because machines are replacing them, algorithms are replacing them. That's why I think here coming up in the next probably I'd say anywhere from 5 to 10 years, we're gonna see, we've already been seeing part of it, the start of a new creative renaissance. Because while machines can replace physical labor, they can replace, you know, digging ditches and trenches and dropping line, pulling wire, you know, construction of buildings is slowly getting replaced by 3D printers that are able to construct large-scale houses in the span of a day without anyone outside of the people who put the 3D printer together and fill it with supplies. Outside of that and artificial intelligence, I mean, that's all. We're gonna slowly lose jobs to AI and algorithm and automation. But one thing that so far machines can't replace us on is creativity. So it's important that if you have creative elements or tendencies, I definitely think that figure out a way to throw it into the world. You know, people want to see that. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be how much you know that a machine can't do, or what you can do, what you can offer and produce for the world that an algorithm or a machine can't. So like I said, it's going to be another creative renaissance. At some point, you're either going to be someone who is building algorithms, repairing machines, or you're going to be someone who runs, like, you're going to be an engineer that helps with that, or you're going to be a content creator on social media, all the different social medias, or someone who works for someone who is going to be, you know, doing that. You're either going to be a content creator or someone who works for one. Yeah, that's very true, Abdul. So as far as the human mind goes, we're still wanting, we still have a desire to improve and get better. Whereas a lot of most machines, they're like, well, as long as I hit, all they're programmed to do is their quota. But unfortunately, corporate, well, at least here in America, corporate America really just wants to hit quotas. So it's a lot less jobs for a lot of folks. Yeah. Anything in entertainment, creativity, like if you like to write poems or to draw, any of that kind of stuff, yeah, I would definitely find a way to get it out there to people, because that's what people want. People want to be entertained because while the automation is growing and there's less work to do, there's more people finding ways to make the money they need without an actual like 9-to-5 job. People are becoming less and less enslaved to work, so they've got more free time to consume media and entertainment. So you're always going to have a growing appetite for creativity. So if you've got it, there's a lot of mouths out there to feed as far as creativity and, you know, figuratively and literally. And you can feed a lot of mouths, potentially, with creativity. And there's a lot of avenues with VR and augmented reality, and the new one, they're slowly mixing VR and AR. I think they're calling it super reality, something like that, or mixed reality. That's going to bring forth a lot of interesting potential. Like, I know a lot of folks think when they think VR chat, they think of all the memes and all the stupid stuff that goes on in VR chat, but if you look at VR chat, it's really, really impressive technology. Like, there's engineers and software writers that because you can go into VR chat and you can make a program and add it into VR chat for people to explore. Like, someone just did a Aincrad from Sword Art Online. They're slowly working on the whole world of Aincrad, so you can go in there and play that. Well, we're glad you found us too, JC. We're glad to meet you and have you as a part of our little family here, because you're definitely positive and creative too, with a lot of wisdom of your own. So definitely the type of folks we're looking for.
Yeah.
But with VR chat, if you ever go in there, it's almost like if you guys have seen Ready Player One, it's really like the beginning of the Oasis almost. Because you can go into VR chat, and while, yeah, there's a bunch of silly and dumb stuff happening, a lot of people making videos doing crazy stuff, there's a lot of originality in there. It's a hotbed for creativity. And you can go in there and immerse yourself. And I think it opens up a lot of ideas. Like, if you ever want to go, you got friends in another state, and you want to watch a movie with them, you can get on and go into VR chat and go into one of the virtual movie theaters, and you can load the movie up and watch it. Yeah, exactly. You can actually be whoever you want, whatever you want, express yourself however you like. Hey, Portia. Portia says hello to everybody. But you can express yourself however you like, and if you have friends, you know, like if we all wanted to get together, if we all had VR headsets, we could hop in, and instead of doing the stream like this, like we could have like, we could all design an art studio in virtual reality. And then whenever we have a stream, instead of you guys being in the chat or whatever, we could all get in. You guys have your avatars, we have ours, and it would be like we actually get together in VR, and we all, you know, look at Sosh drawing, or maybe if you guys wanted to draw or add to something, we could be like, you know, just all get together, and you could even like maybe play instruments or read off poetry, whatever you like. We could do plays together. There's all sorts of ways it could go. If you're interested, JC, look up the VR chat developer program. There is an indie developer program. You can actually write stuff and submit it, and then there are ways to put it in the game. I'm not really software savvy. I can hardly keep this stream running most of the time. As evidenced by the beginning of this, I didn't even have audio working at the beginning of this.
Yeah, that's sort of bizarre.
But yeah, if you have any interest in it, definitely check it out, because while VR chat is perceived for the most part as being a silly meme nest, there's a lot going for it. I think it's really going to turn into some interesting stuff moving forward. It's going to set some creative precedents. So it looks like you were just kind of trying to figure out, you're doing the little details and trying to figure out things you can add now?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I'm just fixing some things.
Well, it has gotten pretty late, so.
Sure has.
Sure.
Sure.
It looks great, though. I really like it.
Thanks.
The black mage that forgot the sun and is as tall as a tree.
He's just in the foreground, you know?
We'll go with the foreground.
Oh, yeah. Man, we're so bad about that.
Yeah, thanks for reminding us, Abdul, because we are pretty bad about that. Yeah, I really like those, JC. I've actually been playing. They made Portal Knights free. It's kind of like a more fancy-looking Minecraft. But yeah, I used to play the crap out of Minecraft. I like anything where I can build. Yeah, architecture is really good. I used to play with CAD all the time. It was one of my favorite things to do in school.
I bet that would be fun.
I'm one of those people who will buy an actual legit CAD software and go into it just because it gives me more options than, say, like The Sims. But I like The Sims because you can test a lot of fun things on them. Like how to remove sleep from their living cycle entirely.
I always used to turn off time and, like, work on all their skills. They were, like, the most skilled human beings ever.
Mine were really skilled, too. That's just because I never let them sleep.
Oh, I took really good care of mine or they wouldn't work.
Just gotta keep those meters full.
Oh man, that sounds awesome. I love Roman architecture.
Yeah, Roman architecture is really nice. I mean, it kind of was the pioneer for so much technology and architecture that is available today. Like our ability to have toilets that we could flush.
What is it? What you want, boy? What's she doing? She wants to play. Or she wants to go to bed, I'm not sure.
I think she's getting irritated because you're not going to bed yet. One of our cats sleeps with Sash all the time, and she gets really irritated when Sash goes to bed late. Sash will lay down and she'll, like, beat her up.
She likes to chew on my arm if I lay down too late. She's like, Morgana, it's time to go to bed now.
It's time to go to bed now.
You're feeling tired, aren't you?
Try to go down the stairs. No, I think it's really time for bed. I want to do some pull-up. I think it's time for bed. Can I watch a movie? No, it's bed.
It's bed.
Like, Morgana just loses words out of every time. So eventually just like, as soon as you look at anything but the bed. Bed.
Bed.
We've got to progress the story.
Licking the chair? She's licking the chair. She's totally lost it.
Well, alright, our kitty is telling us it's time to go to bed, so I think we're finished up here anyway. Well, alrighty, you guys. JC, thank you for dropping by and talking with me. And everyone, I hope Ragnar's okay. I'm gonna go check on him before I go lie down. I'm gonna go bother him a little bit and see what's going on. Like, hey, you good? You good? I need to check on Mercy. And Natsu was here last week, so I know Natsu is good. We get a little concerned for our viewers if they're not around. Not because they're not around, but just because if they are around all the time and they're not here, it makes me worry. Make sure they're okay. Oh, the Vault of Glass? The Vault of Glass was excellent. Their first raid was actually really good.
Destiny or Destiny 2?
Destiny. I hear Destiny 2 is having a resurgence, but Destiny 1 and the Vault of Glass was like the epitome of Destiny, in my opinion. Yep, thank you guys for dropping by, and Willow, we'll have to figure out, I think Willow's been a little MIA too lately, but we'll figure out where they're at. Guys, we appreciate you coming out. Thanks for chatting. Have a great evening. And Rick over in Twitch, thank you for helping me test out the chat. I really appreciate you there. So for anyone that is coming into the chat or into the stream late, we apologize if you're just getting here and we're about to head out. If you are watching after the fact, you're pretty crazy. We love you for that. And speaking of love, if you are interested in adopting or rescuing an animal, if it's within your means, consider adopting or rescuing. Adopt, don't shop. You can look up aspca.org, petfinder.com. You can also Google local animal rescue and adoption. If you can't bring one home due to allergies, living conditions, what have you, there are other ways to show your love for animals out there. What are some of those?
You can also go volunteer, still spend time with the guys. Or you can donate money, old clothes, blankets. They can use all that kinds of stuff.
Yep, so if you've got love to give, there's plenty of ways to give it, and there's plenty of animals out there who could use that love. And speaking of love, we love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy, and have a great evening.
Bye-bye. Oh, sorry. Stealing the mouse.